Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Run the Flood, our weekly Shadowrun 5e game here on Table of Horrors. I want to start off by thanking Quest Junkies UK for the raid. I tried to do the shout out, it didn't work. There's our scuff for the day. Let's hope. When we last left off, our lovely party had had many a conversation, discussing things with each other, learning plans, and preparing themselves for various things. After a long conversation about creating a combination spell and technology program, and some unfortunate consequences from an attempt at comfort, we now pick back up where everyone has separated again. And we are going to start off with Mojave. You are in the hallway after everything.
Trying to cool off after refraining from shooting Jay.
Yes. And you hear the sound of an automatic door move at the end of the hall. And it is 404. She is currently walking out and she stands and leans against her door frame. Oliver, I want to talk to you.
Sort of hands in pockets, saunters over, quickly we'll take the anger that we had and we'll put it somewhere else. Can't afford to have that right now.
All right, get inside real quick. And she kind of nods as she walks back into her room. Do you choose to follow her?
Yeah. Full on, just like kind of the looking to. Actually, no, full on. Not just looking at her body language to judge her intent, but like I got stats for that. Sensing and judge intentions. Like, what's her vibe here?
Would you like to roll both?
Yeah, you know what? I will. I can and I will because the last conversation we had involved her holding a gun to my head.
Oh.
With that, a sensing and judge intentions, you can see that she's exhausted and tired, but she's not angry. At least doesn't seem to be angry. There's not any violent intent. Just this exasperation.
Yeah, we follow after her. Very like hesitant isn't the word because we're not hesitating, but there is that watchful hanging back because again, the last time we spoke, she held a gun to my head. But we go. We let her shut the door. Not even asking any questions. Facial expressions are asking the questions, but verbally, no, we're letting her do the talking right now.
You enter into this room, and the first thing you notice is that this entire section is actually fairly big, and it is a large server room esque location with a central unit that has many screens and just many of all things, many keyboards. It almost looks like the front of an organ, just technological instead. And in the center is this chair that kind of looks like, even though it's built in, an office chair that would be able to rotate around. She goes in, she sits, and the minute you're like a couple steps in, the automatic door closes behind you. There's this very gentle mist kind of low to the ground, and you can feel that chill in the air, as this is a server room, so it is very much being cooled. All right, Oliver, or do you want me to call you Mojave?
Doesn't matter to me.
One and the same, then?
Whichever one you want to talk to.
I don't know anymore. If it's worth anything, I at least believe, somewhat, that Mojave and Oliver are the same person. It's difficult. I don't know if you remember everything from back then. There was a lot of chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, there was.
Fuck. Do you know how many died?
Too many.
Well, we can agree on that.
But I don't got a number.
175. It wasn't all
Sort of-
technomancers.
One way that hearing that, the deep inhale and exhale, eyes closed, shoulders just, down. The weight of that number is heavy on his shoulders.
I only knew maybe 10 of them by name at the time. I wish I'd known more. I've had to track down every name I could. Problem was, it's kind of impossible for some of them. At the time, I know you couldn't have heard it. You didn't feel the way you do now. You didn't have this magic-y side, right?
Nah. Didn't have a lot of things.
There was a scream. There was a roar that you couldn't imagine. Even I thought, for a moment, that I could see the astral when all those souls disappeared that day. I know you didn't pull the trigger. Not really. But you did kind of, didn't you?
I pulled the trigger enough.
You ever gonna pull the trigger again?
Things as they are. I wish I could say no.
You never pull the trigger on her? She got out of hand.
If it came to it, there was no other choice. Yeah, I would. Only because if it came to it, I'd want to do for them what Oz did for me.
I haven't spoken to Oz since that day.
No, you knew him.
Only momentarily. My sons did better. But I basically just gave him medicine for Maya.
Yeah?
Yeah. She emerged late in life. She was already in her 20s. She'd had modifications. Models, you know. They gotta kind of be perfect. Modifications mess with a technomancer's abilities. I should know. I got some serious ones that I had to work around.
nodding, listening.
I got something I want to tell you specifically.
Listening.
I don't trust you completely. But you clearly know what it means to have to save someone by ending them.
I do.
I think at this point in my life I get too attached. I've already lost 2. I don't think I can lose another one. I don't think I can stop her. The truth is, Yorm's unstable. That whole family line's unstable, even I knew that.
This day and age, what is stable?
Nothing. Fucking nothing stable. I never expected her to turn like that. Get more snaky, you know? Let that Naga side out.
You're worried?
Maybe I'm just a bit old-fashioned, but I was actually in one of the wars. It was overseas. Well, there was some stuff in Atslan, but it was quiet. The Nagas are a complicated variant. Not all of them, but the predators. Magic predators. She's got metahuman in her, clearly. That was the point. That's what they wanted. Nagas that could blend in, that could work better. They convinced a lot of people to help. A lot of people who didn't realize what they were helping with. Including a young coder who didn't realize what their little genetic matrix they were making was for. That was a long time ago.
She's more than what she was made to be.
God, I hope so. I hope so. I only can ever see it from the data perspective, that's it. Ratios, percentages. Whenever I get in the real world, I get too attached. Can't see what's in front of me. I want to believe in her, but she's submerged on her own. She's in a second level. In less than a few weeks. Has it been a month, maybe? I didn't submerge twice for years.
You was fighting different fights.
That's true. I was not fighting this. I didn't fight things like this. No, when I fought something like this, I was still just an otaku.
She's doing what needs to be done.
Can you do what needs to be done, please? If it's necessary.
Yes.
Good. Because the only reason Yorm's still alive is Lotus. Lotus has always been a good kid. I don't know what's keeping Lydia up. But I think it's you. Maybe it's this whole group. You're all a bunch of nut jobs, bunch of weirdos. Just like me and some of my friends.
I'm not the guy I used to be.
I can tell.
If we get to the point where it's necessary, I'll do what needs to be done. And I intend to do everything I can along the way to see we don't get that point. All I ask, 404. Likewise, you keep an eye on me, yeah? Kennesk. Not gonna put that on her.
No, she's not. She's worse than me. She hasn't had time to move past any of it.
But you already got plenty of reason to put a bullet in my head if need be. So if you see me backsliding, don't hesitate. Yeah?
Oh, don't worry. I won't.
Good. Holds out for a handshake.
She reaches over very gently and grabs your hand.
Yeah. Steady, firm handshake. Eye contact just as firm. Like, we're holding each other accountable here.
She kind of stands up during like the handshake to just, be more proper, but also she leans in a lot. Look. Do not think this means I completely trust you.
Wouldn't dream of it.
I am sorry that I just kicked open the door and held the gun to your head. But you better keep your nose clean. And every single one of these motherfuckers here better be safe. You better be a goddamn doctor. Do you understand me?
If I get to the point where I don't understand no more, 404, that's the point where you better get that gun in your hand.
Oh, don't worry. That's the point. That I'm gonna blow your brain out of your skull. By any means necessary.
Good. We ain't having a repeat. You and me are on the same page there. Right here, right now, we're on the same page. We're gonna do what needs doing one way or the other.
She kind of backs up and she lets her whole body kind of flop into her chair. She, arm up, kind of rubs her face. Yeah, we're on the same page. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of page this is. What the fuck is even going on out there?
There's that moment, he's still observing her with a sort of calculating is not the right word, but, very intentional observation and, an observer. You could almost see him switching gears from Ollie to Mojave. Sort of relaxes a bit more and just, these are wild times. I know you don't trust me, but I gotta ask. What's eating you? How you doing?
There's a lot of things out there right now. A lot of things that are a lot of old people's fault. Old people who did dumb things and let things go, forgot shit, didn't do their job. Or worse, did their job too well.
It's a handful and a half and no mistake.
Yeah, never thought I'd see Sandra again.
Knew her well, did you?
We worked together a couple times. I also worked for As Technology once, a very, very long time ago. We're talking before Crash.
live long enough, and I bet it gets hard to find something you haven't done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she actually used to be nice. Or maybe she just pretended to be.
Yeah.
I've seen the things she made. We caught one of them. It didn't return to the astral plane. You need to be
Yeah.
careful. She's making real things. I don't know how.
What kind of things?
Parts of bodies? Maybe it's the worms. I don't know. All I know is whatever I saw didn't even have the fucking muscle structure, let alone a skeleton. But slithered through a fucking pipe just fine. Shit in LA's gone upended. There were things popping out of everywhere.
Yeah, this crew saw a thing or two. We went places. Blood flying around left and right on its own.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't. You see, like, her face really twists a little bit. She's. For some reason, something about that unnerves her, possibly. You have a sense in Judge Tensions. It unnerves her. She's very uncomfortable suddenly. There's this worry, maybe even a little bit of shame suddenly.
You blaming yourself, 404?
What if. How could I? I didn't make the damn thing. No. No, I'm not.
Good.
And I'll give with that stuff. We're still holding it for the scene. She's lying her ass off.
Yeah. He says good, but like the expression on his face does not change the way it would if you believed it.
Look, I think I've said my piece. I will still be watching you, all of you.
Good. Somebody's got to. But you're already juggling a handful and a half. You're metahuman too.
People always say that. I don't know if I am anymore.
Metahuman enough that you still got the breaking points. Don't push yourself to them.
I hate to say this. I don't know if I got an option right now. I don't got a team. I don't have my foothold. I don't have Vegas.
You do got a team. You got us. Trust me or not, you trust them. And we're all on the same page here. We're all working for the same thing. We're all trying to save people. We're counting on you, 404, and you gotta count on us. And if you push yourself to the breaking point, skills you got, knowledge you got, A, we can't afford to lose you. B, we can't afford to be fighting on two fronts, you hear me?
Damn.
I'm watching Scales, you're watching me. I'm also watching you.
You're definitely a lot more articulate.
Yeah, well. Got nothing to hide no more.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Well, thanks for trusting me not to blow your brains out when you walked past the door. But, against your better judgment, I have to get back to work.
Take it easy. Consider that doctor's orders. Turns and leaves.
Oh yeah. And as you leave, you hear a couple little whirring noises, and then some metal, like tink 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 on the ground. And running out under behind you, kind of almost underneath your legs, is Midori. And you'll be the first to see this. Midori has changed a little bit. He does have a new body. It's not too much bigger, but the best way to put it is he kind of has two body segments now. He has an abdomen now.
One way or the other, now that I've got my memories back, there's no reason not to. I'm leaning down on him, just giving him a little pat. Just patting Midori. Mojave was too scared of touching technology because he was sure he was going to break it somehow. He is no longer scared of that. We're just leaning down and giving Midori a little pat.
He nods up at you, kind of like wiggles a little bit. You hear an odd static noise, and then he kind of shakes weirdly. And then from inside the office, you hear, "Dory, your voice section's not done yet."
You take it easy too, little guy. You hear me?
There's static, and then he kind of like sad static noises. He nods.
Go get yourself fixed up.
He very sorrowfully, like full on head down, he kind of just trundles in back to the office.
Just sort of chuckles, shakes his head as he watches Midori go. Watches Midori go. I know how to speak.
Midori the centipede bot now.
He's still a spider.
He's a melon is what he is. He'll always be a melon in my heart.
He's always gonna just be a melon.
But yeah, no, I high-key send Midori back inside to get his voice fixed, to get his stuff finished cooking. Then I'm wandering off to go figure out what everybody else is doing and to pretend that I did not just have that conversation where I am promising to shoot my friends in the head.
I have a question for you, Softy.
Yes.
Because my soul attempted to flee my body without my permission or consent, do I take any physical or stun damage, or was that something that the mages had been able to prevent by sort of pushing my soul back into where it belongs?
You have not taken any damage at all. No stun, no nothing. The mages were very quick in assisting you, and basically stopped before any extreme damage occurred.
Cool. Yeah. For flavor, then I think that Morningstar is. I guess tired isn't so much the word as is like weirded out by the experience of whatever that was. And so she's kind of coiled up still in Cloudy's room, but she's more like off to the side on one end of the table. And I think she is looking at the notes that she had taken and some of the things that were discussed with Virgil and the others. In particular, she is looking on the Matrix, and I don't know if you want me to roll something for this, but I think the image that was painted right by by Cloudy, that like his spell, right? How that was painted. She is creating a kind of copy of that in her mind on the Matrix, like the equivalent of opening a paint program is what she's doing in her head. And she is trying to mix the same things that was discussed with Virgil of like creating binary within the image, right? I don't know that it does anything magically, but I think she's like studying that, despite being kind of tired and a little wary from the experience that she had earlier.
Yeah, could you do me a do my brain?
Yeah, because I think she's trying to like understand it. You know what I mean? Like they can tell her magic stuff all they want, but like she's
Can,
trying to study, right?
can
So
you make me a software roll?
yes, I can. Software. This is the first time I'm using software, and you can tell I got a 2.
This is a very complicated process, but this is not a one-time thing. You may roll software again, and we're just going to count it as taking time, basically.
Oh, okay, got you. All right.
Because this is not a one-done thing.
Yeah. So she's there for a few hours.
Yeah, as you start, it's like you don't know magic, so you kind of have to bother Cloudy a little bit, kind of just like asking him to just kind of explain what some of the symbols mean. And you think about them, and you're finally able to go, okay, hold on. This symbol, like the meaning of this, that is very similar to how a program like this would work. And you're finally able to really kind of grasp what you're looking at. And though it is still like reading another language, you at least are able to translate a good portion, enough that you can kind of start to see how you think the circle should work.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so as she's like discovering that and understanding those elements, and like a lot of her questions are, I don't know, maybe Softy might find them, or not Softy, I'm so sorry, Cloudy might find them, I don't know if you'd find them irritating, but I think a lot of her questions are like, what, like when you are doing, because I know he uses like paintbrushes, right? And so I think she's like asking him, like, does the way you write this with a particular brush matter? Is it about the symbol itself, or is it intent? Like she's asking him like nitty gritty questions. Yeah.
A little bit of both, but mostly. So. Remember when Mojave would talk a little bit like the vibes?
Right.
Sometimes there are a couple runes that mean something very, very similar.
That
and
is
they would
like
almost
language.
like, yeah, except when you're looking in the astral, they almost like ring differently.
Like vibration, like sound wave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can understand that.
And you kind of want the diagram to kind of harmonize, and if you use a root, one of these little symbols, that'll kind of work together. Otherwise wouldn't when you look at it as a whole. Sometimes you have to kind of change it around a little.
I see. Okay. And with that information, she essentially begins to translate that into code, into binary, and like both, I think, as a snake person, as a naga, but also because like sound waves can be put through the matrix as well. It's just code, right? So like she is mixing those elements together as she's like copying this circle that they've made.
Question: Are you acting as if it's like actual like sounds?
Yeah, yes and no. I think
Like
she
he's actually
starts.
in character.
Oh,
'Cause-
okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah. She says, sort of. I'm starting with sound. I am finding the frequency and then breaking it
Okay.
into
So
code.
the astral,
Right.
the vibes are as much like emotions to the thing and like other connections. It's really, really weird.
Okay.
So when I say vibrations, that's the closest thing I can get you because your emotions have a similar vibration.
Can Mojave be wandering through around now? Because this is a conversation he can contribute to.
I mean, I don't see why not. And back to the door is wide open, so if anyone
Yes.
wants to walk in, they can.
Yeah, no. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
she-
then,
so-
then high key, Mojave appearing in the doorway, still, if you were to look at him in the astral, there's a bit of a gray blue to his aura. You know, there's the weight still there, but on his face, he's just as normal as he's been for the past 4-5 days since he's got his memory back.
yeah.
Yeah, you know the way
Hmm.
you feel when you see the water reflecting on waves, golden sunset?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know how sometimes, that same feeling is like gets tied, that memory in your head can get pulled out when you feel a certain sensation, a certain color of light, a certain flavor, a certain smell, and suddenly you're right back there in that moment. It's
Right.
like that.
Okay. Okay. Um. Interesting. The Matrix is different. It is. It is not that there is not emotion. It is that it is quantified. There is a way to code that to create happiness, sadness, betrayal, all those things, and send it through. It comes out to you as image or sound, but it
I
is
mean, that's the
code,
that's
right?
the same thing. The code we use gestures to Cloudy. I mean, he's got the runes for it. Me, I say I want to, I gotta get to that emotion that comes when you see the light on the water. And I get there by, a couple of lemon drops, a spritz of this apple cinnamon,
Mm.
Febreze.
Cinnamon Febreze can sitting on the table. She
Yeah, no,
sagely nods like she understands.
It's like he lifts up his bag to just show the contents of his bag. Yeah, a couple of lemon drops, a little bit of this, maybe some sand to get that specific. Point is, what you're using is ones and zeros. What I'm using is this junk, and what he's using is
Pictures.
yeah. It's just a matter of finding out the vibe that translate from one place to the other, and then coming up with the Rosetta Stone between point A and point B.
I think I can. I am trying to currently, and she kind of, touches the side of her head, and says, "I am currently trying to find a way to translate it over so that me and Virgil, and hopefully 404 can work on the Matrix end of this circle bomb. What is this again? This thing? It half program, half explosive.
Let's call it a water balloon.
Okay, water balloon. Gosh, I wish I could show you. Hold on a moment. And she zips out. She like uncoils and zips out of the room. And she goes to find one of her like larger sort of like tablet things and brings it into the room, sets it down, and it clicks on with a blink of her eye. And Softy, I don't know if I should roll for this or whatever, but I think she's trying to show them. She knows she can't show them the Matrix, but I think she's trying to show them like a simulation of it via imagery on the tablet. Is that something she can do?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, anyone with a VR system or AR system can see the Matrix, but
Oh, perfect.
if you're trying to maybe, because a lot of this, the reason that this is so difficult is it's not just the Matrix, it's the resonance side of the Matrix.
Yeah.
And that is a very different matrix, as regular people cannot see resonance. It would
Yeah.
appear as anything else. So I would say that, yeah, like bringing up the matrix itself is easy as hell. But trying to show maybe the resonance side, which is what you would try to be manipulating, that would require like a simulation.
Okay, so what she's trying to show them, right, is like she knows that she can show them the matrix on like a very superficial, like with VRAR type of thing, right? She's trying through imagery to get them to understand resonance without having to put them into like a deep simulation, but she's just trying to give them like, you guys are working with these vibes and vibrations, and like the astral here is visually something you can compare it to for the matrix. That way, like as we're creating this water balloon, we have a better understanding of what the other side is doing, and then
Soup is
therefore
for
can
healing,
translate.
Water balloons are for combat. That's
Right. So yeah, I don't know what you'd like me to roll for that, but that's her intent. That's what she's trying to show them.
I'd say, like, in my opinion, making a version of just what you see, I don't think that's a role to me.
Okay. Cool.
Because that's just like going, hey, here's an image of what I see. I'm just gonna go image link brain there.
Yeah, okay. So I think at first you see just that very like the movie The Matrix, right? Like when they're looking and it's just like these falling symbols. Of course, in this it's all ones and zeros. And at first, that's what you see. You see this like movement almost like in waves of code. But then she starts to shape, like you see her fingers moving and she starts to shape the code. Then you see the image of what she looks like in AR, right? Like her icon thing, her snake form there, where she doesn't have a humanoid face. She looks like a true snake, but with the same mismatched eyes. Then she starts to create you guys. She's showing you how she manipulates that resonance through this kind of like imagery of you. It's still all in that code, but you start to see it become more 3D, and it's almost like the code falls away and you begin to see an image. Does that make sense? Like a clearer image.
as you're doing this, Mojave is asking questions, like assuming that you're not like all in when you're doing this.
Oh no.
Yeah,
They are for
but
yeah.
he's asking like how it feels on a beyond visual level, like the sensory information you're getting and the thought process that you use, the strings you're pulling to make what happens.
Yeah, I think she starts to describe to you like it is like when you put your palm on a cool surface of water, but it is everywhere and you move through it. You shape it like it is kinetic sand. It can fall away at a thought. You pull and you push. It is a world of weaving. It's all thread, and you intertwine and you knot and you cut. It is tangible. It is beautiful, but it is so real in a way that many things are not. Does that make sense?
Yeah, crystal clear to me.
So you describe happiness as lemon drops and apple cinnamon Febreze. Happiness here for me looks like this. And you see her hand. It almost looks like she's putting her hand up to like a window or a mirror, and then it's like these tiny little fibers appear on her skin and almost like wriggle, and I think like you can see it in like sunlight, right? This weird fibrous connections that are on her, and she just kind of wriggles her fingers for a moment, and the color of the coating changes to this like vibrant rainforest, myriad of greens and teals and aquas. And there's these like almost firework bursts of code that explode around the edges that are vibrant purples and neon pinks that meld and mix together, both separate and like melding into each other. But the images, as she's created essentially all of you, remain there. And there's just this wave of changing grid. If that makes sense. Yeah. So that
Yeah,
is
Mojave
how.
nodding
go ahead,
along and then looks to Cloudy to get his take on things.
As someone that has a neural net and has in fact divin into the Matrix, it is not nearly as foreign a number of concepts as it is for Mojave.
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right.
Yes. So when you do magic and you describe your processes to me, I am trying to find matrix equivalent so that I can translate it through.
What is the so you do have code for, say, like happy?
Yes. I have code for happy. I have code for anger. I have code for tragedy.
Like your feeling of happy. That
yes.
code.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Then that does make this a little bit easy.
Right. If there is a sound that you have, I can code sound. And it can become the new symbol for whatever it needs to be.
It's less physical than that.
Okay. So I need you to
I mean, it depends on how you're
make
doing
it. Right. I need you both.
Mojave says, grinning in Soup Man.
Right. Holding a can of chicken noodle. So
it just so happens that my specialty here is taking the metaphorical and making it physical to make it to make soup. So
right. So I need you to find universal thing to represent whatever is in this, and I can recreate it in the Matrix.
So okay. So part of this is, well, getting the essence of a. He'll go ahead and duck around back behind a corner and lift up a small little force bubble with what is left of one of those little like bloodwormy things trapped in like a mana barrier.
Yeah.
It definitely looks worse for wear. Part of this is this. Just tapping the underside of the bubble at the little guy. You've seen them before, right? Do you have a code to identify them?
I have this. And Softy, my very important question. When I was deep submerged, I saw the thing in there, right? Yes. Would it be safe to say that I have not the way that Cloudy has a physical fucking bloodworm, but rather like the image of it, as if I took a screenshot of this thing, that I could, or a sort of like receipt of coding that was a copy of it. Does that make sense?
I will then. I would like.
Yes.
2 rolls from you.
Ah, shit. Okay.
First roll.
Yes.
I'd like computer.
Okay. Okay, it's a 4.
Second roll is a software roll.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, it's a 5. Yes! Okay.
The first one was to basically read your memory to try to parse out the imagery data into seeing it as the resonance frequency of whatever it was. As in this case, you're now dealing with a being that was pure resonance. It was code, technically it was devouring it, and resonance is a manipulation of code, but it doesn't need to align like a regular program. It can bend some rules, especially when submerged. Being in the foundations, it is a different rule set sometimes. The software role is to allow you to try to express to them foundation. Because this thing is in the foundation. So it is suddenly a very different process, but you did really well. So I'll give this to both the mages. This is something that, Cloudy, you have never seen before, because the foundation is below anything a regular person can get to. So seeing this foundation, this replication of this being, Cloudy, roll your spirit knowledge for me.
Okay. Alright. Come here.
I think in the same way you guys see string of code at first, right? That like falling code, and then the image becomes clearer as she like recalls the information necessary.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Mojave, almost more than watching the screen, he's watching Scales and Scales' aura, because like your aura reflects, you know, your emotional state, your physical state, what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you're feeling at the time. So he's watching her aura to try and isolate on the astral sense, like what she's specifically doing, like that to find the translation point.
I think that I don't know, Softy, like what you want to give for that, but I think just as far as like aura / her physical look, she turns into a kaleidoscope. She's describing the thing she loves. She loves the Matrix. It is who she is, right? So I think like she becomes a little bit like Mojave for a moment, where she's just this beacon of a myriad of colors that are constantly shifting, that if you're not careful, you might get nauseous because it's just like a lot of movement.
And rather than looking at the image she's showing on purpose, I'm looking at that to try and see the foundation. I know, I'm sorry.
That's not how that works. I'm sorry.
Doesn't mean I can't try.
You can try. You know what? Roll a sensing while I do the description of what this imagery is reminiscent of. Unfortunately, Cloudy, I'm sorry, that spirit knowledge never wants to work.
It's forever against you, bro.
I
Jesus
bumped it
Christ.
up a little bit last session. Like, those are 6 dice, but
This is a complicated process right here.
Apparently.
So, as you are looking upon this creature in the foundations, and the way it moves, the way it shifts, the way that Morningstar is expressing this idea, it is uncomfortably reminiscent of a spirit. A spirit forced into being, almost like a very uncomfortable summoning, but that's more or less what it looks like. You would never expected a code to look like that. It's almost too organic. It makes you a little uncomfortable knowing that this is in the Matrix of all places. The Foundation itself kind of confuses you, is just the way it's described, the way you understand it, it doesn't even feel like a computer anymore. It feels like something else. It feels like something more
Like
the astral.
almost its own separate weird meta plane?
Yes, I'll give. Yeah, no, Cloudy, you specifically, because you're much more professional in the magic realm. That you were like, hold on, I understand the metaplanes. I've been there. This feels more like a metaplane than it does just more of the Matrix. Because you've had your Neuralink, you've gone in the VR, you've seen everything. That feels so much more man-made. This description, this appearance, even the way it kind of falls and shifts, it's like a metaplane. It behaves more like that.
Like a slightly unstable meta plane?
Yes.
I think she describes to you too the like when she submerged to see this thing, she like describes the chaos of it. Like the fact that it was both like trying to attach itself to the foundation and like the code therein, but also consuming it in order to stay stable because the thing itself was like you know, kinetic energy, like it was just it couldn't maintain its form without consuming at the same time. So yeah, she like describes that shifting and that chaos to you because you know that was her experience. So
You know what? Even with a 1 on the spirit knowledge roll, you've already rolled and talked about these before, Cloudy. That mention of consumption, that just utter hunger, destruction, is very reminiscent of an insect spirit. It's that same idea. Pure hunger, pure desperate consumption, to the point it would destroy even the plane it's on, to its own detriment. There is no care, there is just go. Extremely
There-
destructive.
Blood and death and buggy metaplanes that are very similar. Like self-destructive.
I see. I see. Okay.
Like the more they eat, the hungrier they get until they literally eat their own stomachs. They like
Yes.
Ouroboros, I guess, is as close a thing as I could.
That I understand. Okay. So, if in the foundation, that is what it looked like, what did it look like to you in meat space? Here.
Goop.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
So when I look at this thing in the you know little ball that Cloudy has, is it giving off resonance that I can see in the matrix?
Or is it too far gone? I have had it for like a week.
Right, like it's been in here for a little bit, but
Oh,
Is it-
ooh. That would be. Of all things, can you make me like a regular perception roll?
yeah, I can give you perception. It's a tree.
Yeah, it's. I'm only giving this because you were there. You saw one of these things is resonance right up close, way too close.
Yeah,
It's
For
this
sure.
thing's definitely dying, but there's a resonance to this. It's very small, but it's not even like the leftover. It's still active, just very minuscule and fading quickly.
Mm.
And likewise, for point of just comparison, to get both slides to overlap on the astral, what are the vibes?
I mean, I'll just give it's got an aura and it's fading quickly.
Yeah. Heike, I imagine as Scales is like trying to represent this, Mojave got his little notebook out and dug some broken crayons out of the bottom of his bag. Trying to,
Yeah.
to give the astral picture so that we can, side by side to find the common ground to build this mess of a spell.
Yeah, perhaps when we attack the thing in the biodome, perhaps we give it something to eat. You know, like what do
Soup.
fishermen call it? Or soup, but like bait. We give it bait.
We make some real fancy soup.
Right. It consumes it. It is going to keep consuming, right? It will end up consuming itself. Therein lies the magic. Therein lies the bomb, the water balloon of sorts. then maybe we don't have to send anyone in. We just get it to do what it's already doing. Eating itself. Does that make sense?
I mean, first we got to come up with a way to make the thing work. But yeah, no, method of delivery, it's on the table.
Right, this is like what people used to do with dogs with medicine, where they like put it in peanut butter, get it to eat it. It doesn't realize what it's actually eating.
Anyone adding to that?
I'm not sure what else to add.
Yeah, no, scene.
Yeah, nope, scene. Yeah, you pull that. So the scene closes on you three kind of working that out and continuing small conversations to truly allow you all to grasp the other person's perspective, which is the only way that this strange joint spell program would ever work. Is there anything anyone else would like to do? Have a conversation?
Jay is working on his mech. I don't know if Midori is going to come visit him or anyone else, but that's what Jay is going to be doing. I don't think they're going to need him for any spell casting.
Jay, can you roll me 2 things?
Okay.
Roll me hardware.
Go spend edge.
All right.
I want to have good rolls. Hardware. Okay.
Jesus. All right. Putting that in the list. And then roll me armorer.
Okay.
All right. You are focused on what you're doing, and you get a lot of work done on the troll. You're fairly certain that if you keep this pace up, you might only need like maybe 1 or 2 more days.
Awesome.
As long as
Troll's gonna be looking so good.
Oh yeah, no, you even got parts of it that already have its second skin on it.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be real freaky. So to walk in and be like, "Is that a troll arm?"
It's a little weird.
In.
Because I am planning on giving it that realistic, and if someone wants to see if it's real or not, I think they have to pass a check of 4. So it's pretty convincing.
That's gross.
Oh my!
Anybody walks by and it's just, Jason, who did you skin?
What have you
Did you
done?
Moonlighting as not a Shadowrunner, but a serial killer. I think that there's a few, like, there's some point in the evening, I think that Morningstar like quietly slithers in, puts down some food, does a double take at the troll limbs, but won't ask any questions because like hopefully it's gonna look fine and not so scary later. And then we'll leave again so that he can continue working but doesn't die of hunger.
And you will see that this is a big. I mean, you knew the mech was going to have to be big. It's supposed to be a troll, but it's big, big.
Yeah, I think it'll be about 10 feet tall.
I think there's probably a moment where she's like, how are we gonna get it out of here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, it's not gonna fit through the doors.
Yeah, 'cause I think an average troll is like 9 feet,
Yeah, 9 feet.
and the mech is about a foot taller than the average troll.
Gotcha.
So, like, it's probably about the size of like an above average troll, like a troll that's like a foot bigger than
It's
normal.
It's about the size of Augie.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, because
shit.
Augie was a big troll, right?
Augie
Yeah,
was
he
a
was.
big,
He's
big
huge.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has like a moment where she's like, ooh, because she remembers Augie, you know. But she's like, I mean, it's amazing work, you know, like she can't help but admire her friend's ability. But she's definitely like, ew, troll skin. It looks gross. But mostly because it's not together yet, right? Like it's still in pieces, and so she's just like, ooh, when she leaves. But you know, probably leaves with a good work, Jay, and gives him his food and leaves. But yeah, when she comes out, she'll look at if like anybody is out in like the living room, she'll be like, that thing's fucking huge. I don't know how we're gonna get it out of here. I don't know what he plans to do. But yeah, she sort of, I think, passes the evening just vibing. So yeah.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do with the rest of their evening?
Midori, by the time it's like bedtime, right? Is Midori still with 404?
Yes, he has not left the office yet.
Okay. Virgil told me that he's sort of designing a new body for himself and upgrading himself, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Morningstar will send him like a little message of can't wait to see your new work, you know, like little things like that, just encouragement. Little like I love you, and then she will go to her room for the evening, but she actually will leave the door open rather than closing it.
I guess it's just worth saying that, Mojave, when we hit the point where we can no longer work on the spell nonsense without losing our minds, because, you know, any project, there comes a point where you gotta step away and let your brain breathe.
Yeah.
When it hits that point, Mojave would go wander off and just, like, see what Liam is up to. Like, nothing in mind, but just realizing, you know, I barely know the guy. He showed up. I left to go volunteer with Frenzy for 3 months. I come back. We're immediately off to Vegas. Like, we don't know each other. I was spiraling the whole time. We don't know each other. So yeah, just like, I don't know, just chilling, getting to know him. Hanging out.
Well,
Liam?
he's definitely still upstairs. He has not come back down. When you get up there, he's just kind of like, there's nothing in that fucking room to do. So he's like got his phone set up with like music playing, and he's just like doing push-ups, just killing time. Like there's nothing for him to fucking do up here. He can't help with any of this shit. He's not allowed to leave. So he's just kind of like working out with himself because there's no equipment here. So when you walk in, he like pauses mid push-up and looks up at you.
Yeah, Mojave like pokes his head in. The question on his lips was, "What you up to?" But you know, seeing the room is exactly as barren as Mojave's used to be back when he bothered with a room and didn't just sleep on the living room couch. That question quickly transforms into, "Hey, how you doing?"
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right, sick.
Yeah.
Push-ups. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
just haven't seen much of you, so I figured I'd come check in.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah,
Yes, I continue to draw breath.
which is good.
Stop doing push-ups and like move to say crisscross applesauce.
Just in the middle of the empty, barren-ass floor.
Yeah, honestly, Mojave goes, sits cross-legged on the floor because, like, honestly, they both live like this.
I can tap to turn the music off. And how's everything going?
Handful and a half.
Phrasing.
No.
Oh, no, phrasing.
No, I said what I said.
Okay, all right. Well, very impressive. What are we doing? Is there like a plan or?
Not really, not yet. We're trying to see if we can't make some kind of magic matrix bomb to clean up the goop worms, but
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
not
let
really
me
a
know if you-
plan so much as a direction in which we are attempting to make a plan.
All right. Let me know if you guys need like toast or something. I can make toast.
I've been thinking.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I do that now.
I-
And now that I am thinking, if you ever want to take
Yeah.
another stab at them shooting lessons, couldn't do much for you before, but I've remembered a thing or two since then.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I did a little bit of practice on my own time, but
I'm sure you did, but
yeah,
if
Still
nothing
rather-
else,
I'd still rather bop a guy in the nose, but if I have to shoot, I have a gun.
I mean, if nothing else, better to know how to use the weapon. Otherwise, it might as well be in the other guy's hands.
I mean, maybe. I'll be honest with you. Every time we leave the fucking building, something happens. So, probably eventually. But are we allowed to leave right now? Probably not, huh?
I mean,
Yes.
Good.
Sometime within the remainder of both of our elfish lifespans, we will go shoot something.
yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
And I will say, I'm
Yeah.
a lot less worried about being seen on the street now.
Great.
So going around and doing things ain't quite as much as a hazard as it was last week.
Yeah. I have been recently informed by 404 that I have the opposite problem of now it is more of an issue because the lady that wanted to collect me is here now, I guess. So tradesies. Not that that particularly bothers me, I'll be honest. Most people want to punch me in my fucking face one way or the other on the street. So what's one more lady, but apparently this one's very dangerous. So
Well, that's the one we're trying to deal with, so.
and you guys are trying to make like a weird magic calculator bomb?
Yeah.
Sick. On a scale of 1 to 10, how far along would you guys say you are?
More than a 3, but less than a 4.
Because that's not plan A, is it?
Well, seeing
All
as we
right,
don't got a plan A.
Okay, I'll go make some toast. You like peanut butter on yours, or like butter? Or
I mean,
jam?
don't forget, we still gotta go follow up on with Evangeline. We got more stuff. We got more information we can gather. But this is a plan on the table.
I guess. All right. Well, yeah. Just let me know what you guys need me to do, which isn't typically much, but I'm here.
I do know, and I do kind of want to apologize, Liam, for
For what?
I pop up, and
Yeah.
the entire time we've known each other, I was spiraling.
Yeah, you were on a lot of drugs for most of it.
I mean,
yeah.
not a lot. It was just
I mean, I think I saw you in a hallway. Then you left for 3 months, right? And then you come back on a lot of meth or whatever it was. Then you have a fever dream, wake up, you're a new guy, apparently. Yeah, I don't really know you, man, but
yeah, and I want to apologize for that. Like,
who really knows anybody,
well, I'm trying to now, at least.
Yeah, all right.
And as someone else who often ends up at loose ends, doctors only got work after somebody's been shot.
Hey,
So we find
well,
ourselves at loose ends. We should hang out.
sure, we can sit on the bench and wait for them to meet us.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, you never know.
go make trouble elsewhere while they're making trouble somewhere.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I make a lot of trouble on my own. I don't really need the assist, but I'm going to welcome it anyway because
I mean, that's what I'm not saying we make trouble on purpose. I'm saying we go off and do whatever, and we're making trouble the same way
Oh.
that an apple falls down. Like,
I mean, do you want to go right now? Are you saying we just like leave?
there's that moment, that deep breath, that grin of like every line of his face and aura says, "I wasn't," but now that you mention it,
Uh-huh.
that's a very bad idea, and yet.
I should not do this, but because you're saying this, I'm gonna go do it now.
Yeah.
I mean, we ought to be responsible. That's a
Oh, is leaving irresponsible?
I mean, depends on what we're doing, where we're going, and whether or not we tell people.
I mean, we could tell people. I don't care.
Yeah, I
Cool.
mean, we could go out.
I mean, yeah, where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I don't care. Let's go
What
out
the
on the town for all like.
I have been exclusively doing that.
Yeah.
I could do that again, sure. I think 404 would be kind of pissed, but
I mean, what'd she say to you?
that if I stay here and am available to help, she'll have a group of runners watch over my sister who may or may not be on a hit list for free.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna go
Yeah.
out, we're gonna do stuff. But as we're doing stuff, we're gonna be gathering intel, and you're gonna be helping me get the vibes of the city. Even more so now that I got the brains to
The
figure out.
vibe for the city is everyone's down horrendous.
Yeah, no, but the nuanced vibes, right? The astral threads that go here, there, and everywhere.
You're giving me a lot of credit.
Oh no, that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Oh, I will be there as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing, and you're gonna be watching my back while I do it.
I can do that.
Finger guns.
All right, let's go tell 404 we're leaving, and we're gonna go gather intel.
Yeah.
Two chuckle fucks gathering intel. Probably getting some hoagies. Who knows?
High key, if the cowboy hat is anywhere to be seen that is not on Liam's head, it is being retrieved and placed on Liam's head.
Yeah, he was pretty much told to stop gallivanting, so it's kind of like hung up, like in like the inside of the closet door with like the duster and everything.
Yeah, no. If there is a trace that thing is open, it would be placed on your head.
I probably shouldn't wear this, but I can bring that energy. I mean, the hat was just, didn't really affect anything. I'm always the cowboy.
I mean, one way or the other. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Okay, sure. I'll get up and I'll go to 404's door and just give that bitch a knock.
Yeah, no, like, I am kidnapping you. You're not going alone, man.
Yeah. Knock, knock, knock.
You knock on the door. There's like a moment, and then the automatic door opens, and you are face to face with a much more tired looking 404. Like, she looks kind of exhausted. She just looks like, yeah, what?
Hi. Me and Mojave are going to go out.
Just out?
Yep.
Is there a reason?
We're adults.
Yeah, full on in character laugh. We're gonna go out.
Gather
Get a sense of the
intel.
astral.
Yeah.
When I hear Mojave's uproarious laughter, I do just poke my head out the door and I'm just listening. I'm like, what is so funny? Because he doesn't laugh like that too often. So, I'm like,
A lot's changed in 2 years. Now that I got the mental wherewithal to appreciate and understand it, I want to go out and get a look at the place, see what's changed, and to get a sense of where them worms are, where them worms aren't, and where the powers that be might need to shore up the defenses.
4-4 like tiredly looks at you,
I will also be there.
pauses. 1 second. Disappears
Okay.
into the mist of her room. She comes back out and she holds her hand out and kind of like pushes something to you, Liam.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It is what appears to be a small metal, like, maybe a brooch. It seems to have a clip that goes onto clothing, and it's kind of in the shape of a kind of simplified bat. And she's like, keep that on you. I don't care. You guys go do things. Bye. And she shuts the
What
door.
is that?
GPS!
We got.
Everything-
Okay.
Everything I own is marked by
Yeah.
scales. Like, there's a sprite living in my shoes, I'm pretty sure at this point. But all right.
fully, when she hears that they're going out and like their weird, like rambled, mismatched nonsense of what they're gonna be doing, she like takes a deep breath and she's like, don't get fucking weird. Let them just fucking go, And so she doesn't put any extra marks, she's just like, I'm just gonna go back in my room. And she slides back in there and pulls out her tablet, and she's going to be rereading The Hobbit. And it gets cozy for the evening, fighting against her nature to be overprotective of her friends.
So, which one of the two wants to wear the pin? Or do you want to just leave it?
Would you like to wear the bat?
I mean, if you don't want it, we can put it in my bag.
I feel like if I wear the bat, I'm going to be leaning into a lot of negative stereotypes.
Yeah, we can put it in the bag.
Yeah, sure. Hey, when the battery runs out and she forgets about it, you can use it as an ingredient to make a pie or something.
You never know.
You can put all sorts of weird shit in those things.
Battery don't gotta run out for that.
They... True.
So you slip that into the bag, and I offer any specific place you'd like to go, or are you going to walk the city?
No, we're just walking the city. We are just out to have some fun vibing. I want to get to know Liam, and partially it is exactly what Mojave said. He walks around with 1 foot in the astral all the time anyway. So we're just he's doing recon.
Yeah. Would you like to be, or are you going to stay? Because you're like in the middle. Are you going to be on Papa Muse's side of Vegas, or Vice's side of Vegas?
Yes.
We're adults.
I gotta do recon on both sides. I gotta see where the security check that Liam did for our base before. We're low-key doing something similar for the city right now on the astral.
Basically, Softy, pick a side. They're just gonna do a circle around the town.
No, we're checking in. We're keeping eyes open. We're just rambling. We don't have a plan. We're following the vibes, literally.
Heads or tails?
The butt.
Yeah, we'll go with that. No.
The butt. The butt.
Okay, the butt.
Butt.
All right, so you both begin your kind of walk of the city, and it's Vegas. It's Vegas, and it's evening time. people are out about. There's massive amounts of crowds. There's about to say crabs. Crowds.
I mean, actually, there might be.
Actually, it's probably a bunch of crabs too. It's great. Yeah, there's a bunch of crab ghosts all around a Joe's Crab Shack.
I
Oh,
want
that's
to pick
fucking
one
sad,
up
actually.
and bring it home with me.
That's actually really fucking sad.
Are you gonna pick up a crab ghost?
I'm picking up a crab ghost.
All right, you now have a crab ghost with you.
Good. He is now my friend. I am naming him Steve.
All right, we have. Oh, I'm writing that down. No, Steve the crab ghost. You may put him in your contacts.
Perfect. We're gonna show my little buddy around town.
crabby?
What? What'd you fucking say to me?
Said, is Steve crabby?
No, but I imagine he might be a bit salty.
He's a little.
You just taking that guy with you?
Yeah.
The little guy?
Yeah, we're
Alright.
friends now.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that right, Steve? Hold Steve up.
There's just affirmative clacking and a little bit of bubbles.
It's got a really low threshold for you, huh?
You know, he has a hard exterior, but when you get through his shell, he's a really, really nice guy.
I'm gonna just.
Hey, I'd rather make friends than enemies, you know?
We don't know Steve. He could have been really bigoted against fish.
No, you live and learn.
Affirmative click clacks.
See that? He's a racist.
To be fair, everyone's got to eat. It's rough out there in the ocean.
I don't think that's what Steve's about, but all right. We can fix him.
Steve clacks again.
They're
Steve,
out of the house for 10 minutes. What the fuck?
We are already off. We're already off script. We're not gathering any intel. We're taking Steve to a Ben and Jerry's.
Steve is racist crab. What the fuck?
You say we're not gathering intel. I am gathering intel, but I can gather intel and be a maniac at the same time. I can multitask.
I guess.
All right. We didn't even get to the heads and tails part of this whole thing. As you are walking around the city,
With Steve
Mojave.
in my hat.
What?
With Steve perched on the brim of my hat, yes.
Yes, Steve is perched on the brim of your hat. He is he's a small blue crab. So as Steve is there, Mojave, I need you to roll me. Actually, no, both of you. I need you to roll me a sensing.
I can multitask.
Anxiety, you can also roll perception. There is something in the physical for you to see.
I get
as well.
really distracted by a racist tangent from Steve.
Just multiple click clacks. He's going on a whole tangent about what he thinks about lobsters.
It's fucking really bad, actually. Oh, okay. Perception's good.
All right. So I need help. Neither one of you are surprised when this occurs. You see it coming. Anxiety, a gentleman is on his way towards you, and you notice that he's very clearly moving himself to be on the same side as Mojave's bag, and he's holding his hand kind of at his side, and you're immediately realizing he's going to try to snatch and grab Mojave's bag. And Mojave, with that sensing, you immediately get malicious intent from the gentleman currently walking towards you.
Hi, Key. The moment that's noticed, the entire demeanor changes. No other way to put it than where was Mojave one step, now there's Ollie. There is a way to, the way you hold your shoulders, the way you hold your chin, the way you walk to say, no, I am not a target. You mess with me, there will be trouble.
Okay. Holy shit. Can you roll? I know what I need rolled for this. I totally am not forgetting if there's even an intimidate skill. Fuck.
I can roll calm.
There is intimidate. I've got it.
The problem is that this isn't a con, I don't really think.
I mean, confidence. It is the ability. It is putting on
True.
a persona here, like putting on the vibe, really.
Yeah, I'll let it. It won't do the same thing as an intimidate, but I will let you put on you can roll con. Anxiety. You're seeing this man. You know he's about to try to snatch and grab. What are you gonna do?
I mean, I was just gonna move in such a way that, like, the bag is obstructed by my ass,
And I have a question.
so he
Does
can
first
grab a handful of this
impression-
ham if he wants, but he's not getting any bag.
Does first impression apply?
Yes.
Because I've never met this guy before.
Yeah, it does. First
Cool.
impression applies. Oh my god. Damn. I'll roll something for him.
Yeah, very much body language is clearly communicating. You try and touch my bag, you're getting punched in the face.
Oh yeah.
No.
come
It's
on,
not
big man.
intimidation, it's not a threat, it's simply a promise.
Yeah.
An
I don't
if-then
know if-
statement.
I don't know if it helps. I have 3 notoriety because of bad reputation.
Oh fuck, hold on.
I literally have 3 notoriety. People
Anxiety,
think I'm a criminal, no matter where I go.
I know. Roll me intimidation. I'm gonna see if this man thinks better of his actions, because he rolled really shitty to do something I needed him to do for that con. Oh, fuck me. Yep, nope, he's about to be an idiot. So he starts walking towards you guys. Anxiety, you move in front of Mojave's bag. And
He's gonna grab my ass.
he,
Oh my god!
he does change his action, and you notice he kind of looks around, trying to see if how many people are around, and he's not hiding it very well. But he puts his hand away and he continues to walk past you. And a couple steps later, you can hear him. He's starting to follow you.
Hi, Key. I'm just
So you
Turning
mean
around.
to tell me? So you mean to tell me that inside of this bag right now are 5 pounds of pubic lice? How did you collect them all?
Mojave just looks at Liam for a moment.
Yeah, just the most glassy-eyed, deadpan stare. That's crazy. I've never heard of that kind of magic before. That's insane. What are you gonna do with them?
That's where I turn and I look at this fella who is following us, and I just full on like look at him. Got a
Oh.
problem?
This is our life, buddy.
The guy like kind of pauses. He was not fully ready for the line that he just heard. He doesn't believe it, but it's also,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, one way or the other, I am looking at him, directly addressing him. He sees me seeing him. He knows that I know he's there. I'm full on, you got a problem? Like Ollie Falcone.
Okay, hold on. Let me come on, dumbass, please. Please don't roll stupid again. By the way, the reason he did this is he crit failed what I needed him to do.
Wild.
He's got the common sense fucking merit, but like he just failed the roll.
Yeah.
Man must be new in town.
Come on. Thank fuck Christ. Okay, he actually makes it this time. It takes him a minute. He looks like he's about to say something, kind of reaching for his waistband. And then Mojave, you watch him look at you, and there's just a moment of realization on his face. Followed
Like
quickly
fear.
by a look of horror.
Yes, the Mojave's lip curls in that bit of a sneer as the shift is all over the man's face and aura.
He very quickly, hand away from his waistband, kind of hands up as he kind of backs one step. No, man, I don't need anything. And he bolts. He fucking runs for it. He has noticed. He knows who you are.
Oh, that guy's really afraid of lice.
Yeah. Yeah, well, once you got him, it's hard to get rid of him.
That's true. You have to shave everything.
Yeah. I bet,
I think we handled that really well, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice when things don't come to violence.
Yeah. I feel like you didn't fully try to avoid it, but you definitely did. So
I mean,
don't
a
worry.
lot of people, they don't want to.
Yeah, don't worry.
They
I
don't wanna
definitely
look
would.
me in the
I would have ball tapped him before he cleared leather. It's fine.
eye. Oh yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
if you would have tried it, you would have had a real bad day.
Yeah, because I would have disarmed him non-fatally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Were you gonna shoot that guy?
No.
Oh my god, you were gonna shoot that guy.
No, but he didn't know that.
Oh, all right. Okay, I'm watching you, Mr. Funny Fingers. Let's go.
Hey! Look, the thing, if I learned anything in these past 2 years,
It's
you try to
taken-
avoid trouble. And a lot of the time, if you look like you're more trouble than you're worth, they're not going to bother you. And if you
That's
look like you're not worth the trouble, they're not going to bother you.
How to avoid trouble? I have exclusively seen you seek it out.
To be fair, you've exclusively seen me when I was losing my mind.
In my defense, you're always doing that. Guy?
Like, full on, like, finger on lips, considering those words, really thinking about them. Yeah, I can't deny that.
Yeah. What are you
But,
fucking doing out here?
oh, getting the vibes.
Oh, yeah. The vibes are kind of steely, huh?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, whose turf are we in right now? Like,
It's your
Currently,
turf, dog. You just scared that man off.
well, yeah, it's my turf, but astrally.
Astrally, you have slid into Vice's turf.
Okay.
This is a bit of the lower level areas.
And specifically, this is where Mojave would be paying attention because the whole insecurity has been in Vice's people,
Yes.
where I am paying special attention and as we're in this area. Just if there are any parts where the worms are more abundant or the worm checks are struggling.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll off that a sensing 6 you had before, as that was a sensing your environment, and it was a 6. You kind of look around astrally, and you notice that for the most part, there's not a lot of worms in the area. There's a lot more of the branches, though. Like, Vice has almost doubled the amount of roots that he is wrapping around most places. And
Okay.
although there is a very noticeable, every now and again, one of the roots looks dark and kind of wilted.
Yeah, the moment we notice that, I'm going to go up and I am going to poke it. And by poke it, I mean like metaphorically, I'm examining it. I'm not like just physically poking it. Although I might also do that.
If you choose to physically poke it, it will snap off and fall. Like a
Yeah,
dead
that's
limb
probably
of a
do-
tree.
Last after we've looked at it, but like the fact that it does that,
I mean, it appears like a sick tree. There's definitely a lot of, obviously, Vice's energy, and it kind of blinds it a little bit. But with a perception 6, you can tell that there's blood magic in this somewhere. It doesn't seem like the source is close by, but blood magic has affected this.
is okay. 2 questions. First, you said it breaks off. Is the bit that broke off something I can pick up, or did it like break off and turn to a spirit dust?
Spirit
Because if I can
dust.
take it with me, I'm taking it with me. Did you say?
Heads or tails?
Uh,
I'm gonna use the coin of fate today.
give me heads.
It falls off and turns to spirit dust.
Okay. Next question is this root, roots come from somewhere and they go somewhere. Does this disappear into the ground or is this something we could follow?
You could probably follow it for a little while, but it very clearly disappears and returns back out of various buildings. And like all of the roots, they end up turning and shifting towards the same place, which is the massive tree that is the Vice Hotel.
Okay, then high key, just as we're wandering around, getting the vibes, just vibing, having a good time, Mojave would be taking... he'd be guiding us slowly, meandering, not in any sort of direct, we're following the path, but he would be following the path to try and find where the sickness is. At what point where is the poison starting? Where does it come from? I'm doing recon for real, as we're also just here to have fun. I can do both at once. We're multitasking.
All right. I will need actual real world perception from both of you. As I go grab some notes from a different folder. Okay.
And
You
that's
guys
the ST panic voice. If I did not expect my players to chase this thread yet.
Yep. It's fine. Don't worry. Yeah, no, that's enough to stop the inevitable. So, you will kind of follow along, and you'll see like, all right, this is some area where the branches are dead. You'll try to find more of the areas, following down basically the line of Vice's territory, and eventually you will walk far enough. You've actually kind of wrapped back around past the hideout again, and you're getting closer and closer to the biodome. And the closer and closer you get, you can find more and more dead branches. And luckily, you do have enough perception to halt before you exit out onto a certain street. And you'll be able to see an entire... Basically, Vice's branches had been growing out and had grown up and seemingly trying to collapse over top of where the biodome is. It's seeming like Vice is trying to crush it down. An entire section of it looks as if it had been set on fire. It is destroyed. And it's like any time a new bit of growth tries to get close, it's like it touches acid or vinegar and it hits it and shrinks backward. And the reason it's important you stopped is standing very close to this destroyed material, you see a lone figure. A medium-sized woman with kind of dirty blonde hair, with what can only be described as maybe like a little bit of a weird redness to like the tips of her hair, maybe a very grown out dye job from a long time ago. She's dressed kind of, best way to put, conservatively, arms and legs covered, which is interesting in the desert. And when she turns around, I need to do some memorizing because I don't think... Nope, only Mojave would know. Because you've seen her aura.
Yeah, the moment I perceive her aura, any sign that this is what's going on, we are out.
Yes, it was Bloody Mary. And you will be able to witness her in real life before she notices you.
The one time that I don't stalk my friends. The one time.
Okay, look.
God damn it.
Every time we go anywhere, we make trouble, not because we're doing it on purpose, but just the same way that an apple falls down to the ground. Like,
yes.
These things happen.
I hate it.
And one way or the other, the moment that I perceive that, like, no words, Liam's arm is grabbed, and I'm like, we're out of there, down an alley and away.
What did Liam? You had 3 anxiety?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you'll actually be able to see this. She's not turned away from you. She is kind of turned towards, just looking in a different direction.
dare I say, down an alley and away in a very nonchalant kind of way that does
Oh,
not
yeah.
draw the eye the way running away does.
You will only get a moment of this, Liam, but probably the only part of Bloody Mary's attire that's not like, basic or normal is she's wearing 3 necklaces currently, and they are very clearly almost, they do not look modern, they look almost ceremonial in the way they're either beaded or whatever, and it is only momentary. You barely register it, but it's only because something in your brain feels off about it. One of the necklaces is very clearly made of teeth.
Okay. What kind of teeth?
They do appear sharp, but you are kind of pulled in the other direction before you can register it.
Oh, whoa. You good?
We're leaving.
Why are we? Why?
That lady back there,
Yeah.
that's her.
Ooh. Which her? There's like 8 hers with you guys.
Let's call her the Tooth Fairy.
All right. It's like bad lady.
Nod.
Do you want me to go punch her?
If she's out and about, she's not alone.
Okay.
She's not alone, she's not unguarded.
I mean, a lot of my whole thing is like punching people without getting caught doing it. Like the whole thing.
You make a good point, but we don't know what she got up her sleeve.
All right.
Real bad news.
Up her
You don't-
sleeve?
You don't end up working with a blood spirit if you're the kind of person who lets themselves get jumped on the street.
I guess.
We're here for recon. If we
Sure.
if we
I mean,
have
she-
too much fun now, scales will pitch a fit.
I mean, she had a necklace of teeth.
Yeah,
Hey, my teeth?
honest. I mean, you've been relatively good about picking them up, yeah?
I thought so, yeah.
So probably not, but you're not the only one with teeth.
All right. Well,
Sort of gathering himself as the Ollie control is at war with the Mojave Terror.
can you like mix up napalm in that bag?
Napalm?
Uh-huh.
Nah. Most
Oh.
of what I got is drugs one way or the other.
Okay.
Make glue.
All right. Well,
But no, we're here for recon. Certainly got it. Think I'm gonna have to go check in on Vice afterwards.
I guess. Do you want me to continue to watch, track, stay hidden, do recon?
You saying you want to follow her?
I'm offering. We're here for
Thinking of-
recon, right? Like we get one peek at something actually real and we just leave. Doesn't seem like recon. It seems like fucking we got Punk trying to steal someone's bag.
One way or the other. I mean, we don't want her. We don't want her to see that we're here.
Yeah.
Me, you know.
Right.
She-
Which is why
she's-
I'm saying
she's
like
seen us.
I could do it.
And on the one hand,
Yeah.
wouldn't be a bad idea to have tabs on her. On the other hand, we don't want.
Yeah.
She's real bad news. She's got worse news with her. And I don't want you getting hurt neither.
I mean, we could call in everyone else. Cloudy, Scales, Jay with the fucking walking tank. Hey, sure, she's probably
Yeah,
a pretty strong mage, but you know, an anti-vehicle 50mm shells. I'd like to see her blood bend that out of the way, you know. I mean, she's in the middle of the fucking street. What's the plan? We wait
Yeah,
till she's in a fortress and then we jump her?
High key, Mojave, phone already out of bag, texting, making a group chat, group chat for the crew.
I mean,
Right.
she's like, she's in the fucking street. Like, even if she's bait,
And
she's also not like in a
it's-
fortress right now, you know?
full on. The message being sent is just whatever street we're on, Ms. Scarlet on the street with the tooth fairy.
Morningstar receives that text message, and there's like in in the group chat, there's like the little dots. They go away.
You know, Miss
They come
Scarlet's on the
back.
street and she's got teeth.
Then immediately followed by a what? And then she's like, I will get the others. There's a little snake.
Yeah, just
Uh,
no, we're cool.
you-
You got eyes.
You were already hearing clattering from Cloudy's room, as you can audibly hear him grabbing shit.
Yeah, the
Uh,
thump of her tail like falling all over the place as she like tries to leave the room really fast, and she's like yelling for Jay, Jason!
Jay,
I'm busy. What?
you have barely gotten a moment to see your phone. It's on the other side. You are so engrossed.
I fucking fling open the door. I'm like, we gotta go now, immediately. Let's go. This can wait. Come on,
What's
let's
so
go.
important that it has to take me away from my Mac?
Softy. I keep doing that.
Softy?
Fucking, I don't know. Softy's in the fucking game. Cloudy and I are going to go meet up with Mojave and Liam because they spotted Bloody Mary out on the streets, and we have to go help them just in case things get fucking weird. Okay? So this wait, let's go. You got to drive our tank. Come on.
Okay.
You're gonna fucking what? And behind you, 404 is standing in the hallway, looking at all of you, going, "Are you?" I
and-
send
and
those
again-
motherfuckers out and say it's fine, and this shit. Where the
Listen,
fuck are
listen.
they?
The text in the group chat is
Wait.
"You got eyes." Like,
Right. I like turn. I'm like, there's like on her face, she's like, oh, fuck. Because she like kind of forgot that 404 was there.
You mean Astro Beacon eyes? Get the fuck out of there!
That's Cloudy's response in the group chat. And I slowly turn around and I'm like, they have eyes on Bloody Mary. We're going to make sure that we have them covered just in case.
How about no? They just leave. No one else needs to be near. You don't get it. Sandra may already know that they're fucking there. They need to start running.
I will let them know. But if you are going to be here, you need to respect us as Shadowrunners. And know that we've got this. They're not going to do anything risky. They just
I'm not-
simply said they had eyes. On
another
her.
text: street cams ... question mark.
I'm going to make sure they're safe. I need you to trust us, 404.
Trust and
I'm-
verify 404. Trust and verify.
In my
Uh,
head, I'm already going for street cameras. Like I'm already doing the fucking
I'm
thing.
gonna
so-
need a. I think it's fuck.
computer or hacking? Because I mean, technically, I was on the system, but
Yeah, no, I'll say you can go right for hacking
okay.
because it's not too hard to figure out. Oh, I need the public, security system, or the public
Right.
like traffic cam.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Check Vegas's damn firewalls. Actually, no, I know the infrastructure in Vegas. No, you're fine.
I slither in. You know what I mean?
It ain't the best quality, but no, you are able to find some traffic cams. There is one because of where the biodome is. It's near the Vegas sign, so there's actually a couple cams right next to there, and at a couple intersections. You are able to get a view of what they're talking about. You see her, she's still sort of standing there looking off into what looks like the distance, and she doesn't seem to be moving.
Oh, fuck me. Cool. That's super tight. I immediately send a message into that group chat and say, I need you two to start running in the opposite direction. No, there's something wrong.
Not even a response, just a little thumbs up reaction.
Yeah, and I give the suggestion of them running only because 404 looks like she's about to vomit, and so I like do her the favor of telling them to start running. But I am looking at these cameras now. So you said that it's like she's not moving. Are we talking about like maybe the imagery of the cameras aren't functioning properly and there's like a false image there, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm detecting for like a glitch.
Yeah. You got into the cameras.
Yes.
Actually, roll software.
Oh God. Okay.
Because you're in there. You have it software. You're checking for a false positive, like something's wrong with the
Yes.
recording.
Right. Exactly. I got a 6.
There's nothing wrong with the recording. It is active. It's on time. Correct timestamp. You will know that this does not have a. These traffic cams don't actually have a hub they go to. The infrastructure in Vegas is shit, so there's no recorded footage, but you have active view.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it's
these
more like
are
looking through a window than on a like film. Okay.
Yeah, these are just the. I mean, there's CCTV TV footage, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's like
It's not,
damn.
it's not great.
Yeah,
yeah.
Vegas needs help with its political situation here. Huh?
Jesus fuck. I also send a text message like, hey, maybe fucking your brother, Mr. Philanthropist over here, can help the city out with their CCTV situation because this is garbage. And she's like, essentially like adjusting the cameras because she does want to keep one right on Sandra. But the other, she wants to see if she can pan to get a glimpse at what the fuck she's staring at off in the distance.
Oh yeah. You can turn. She's looking off, and it kind of takes you a minute. You kind of got to think about it when you're looking at her, and the camera doesn't fully pan as far as you need, but you start to see like. Think about it. You're like, hold on, I know that part of the city. And you're doing mental maps. You're like, hold on, what the hell am I looking at?
Yeah.
And you realize she's staring at the Vice Hotel. And the camera that's actually on her still.
Yeah.
Because I assume you would not want to pull one of the cameras off of her.
No, it's one is on her, the other's panning towards wherever she's looking.
The camera that's on her, she does finally move.
Mm-hmm.
She shifts her head away from where she is looking. And she looks directly at the camera.
Oh, fuck me. Mm-hmm.
And she blows a kiss at the camera.
You little bitch. Okay.
And you watch as she takes a step forward into where the biodome is. So she's walking towards the biodome.
Gotcha.
And you watch as she steps forward, it's like the ground just turns dark. And she just slips into this darkened puddle that slithers its way over rocks and things into the biodome's
Are you
area.
telling me there's a blood Vaporeon?
I am disgusted. This is vile. So Morningstar repeats all that out loud while she's simultaneously sending the same words into the group chat.
As some of those words are sent, there is a text from Mojave of, is this secure?
Literally her response is, I don't think it matters. She knows that I'm watching her. She then will say, you might want to call Veruca or somebody to check on Vice. She was staring at the hotel.
Checking in was the plan, is the response. But there's just that bit of delay that, you know, when you can just tell there's the pause after the it doesn't matter, where, you know, the other person is just has to sit with that before they can reply.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, with a thought, she is weighing the options, where it's like the difference between telling you the time between telling you the information and not, because maybe she knows that I'm warning you. It's those mere seconds in between that could potentially save you, because she just fucking melted into a blood pool that's inside the biodome. You know what I mean? She's like, maybe I'm weighing my options here. And
Mojave text we are strolling away. We are not running, because walking calmly draws less attention than sprinting headlong down the street. But as we're walking, Mojave's just texting back, like, checking in with old friends was already the plan. Please be careful what words you'd use. You never know who's watching, and it never pays to let slip who you know. And as he's texting that, there's also that moment of like, you see, Steve, that lady, she's real bad news. You wanna remember her face, remember her vibe. You wanna tell all your friends, stay away from her. If you see her, she's trying to eat everybody.
Multiple bubbles.
So I send another text where I'm like, hey, Liam, if you could be like the most extra stealthy and make sure you don't lose any teeth in this moment, would be great. You know, like, she says it, I think, in like a coded way to.
I mean, Liam's just keeping up with Mojave. He's pretty checked out. Like the moment the group en masse started displaying vapid cowardice, he's like, yeah, I'll sneak away. That's fine. You know.
Yeah. I mean, we're sneaking, but honestly, after he gives Steve the lowdown, Mojave is just like, you want to go get ice cream?
What? Sure.
Yeah.
Should we? I don't know. Everyone's freaking out.
Well, I mean, we don't know what we're up against. Pick your battles, you know.
I guess.
I'm going to basically eat the data in the group chat. I'm going to remove it.
You're gonna try to full delete it, basically?
Yeah, as almost like as a response to what Mojave has said. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat it. I'll just remove it all.
Oh, yeah. That's not a problem. It is your group chat. You have full control over it to full delete the data. Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
And roll me computer.
Okay.
You can do this.
That's a 5.
It's
perfect.
Fleeting as you delete it.
It's what?
It's fleeting as you delete it. There's a fleeting moment. And you're wondering if maybe you're just paranoid because it doesn't make any sense to you.
I am paranoid, yes.
Because there's just a moment where you swear maybe some of the data seems to slip away for a moment. You do manage to delete everything, but it's just a moment. It's this moment of maybe
Rissa's face right now as her soul leaves her body.
But you're not sure. You have been very paranoid. You know it's obviously for a reason. So you're not sure what you're seeing.
How close were they to the biodome?
I think they may have only been maybe 100 feet from her before they turned around. Like they were following the things. They turned a corner and went, oh.
Storyteller, is it safe to say that perhaps the people in the little hive mind of the Mark V Maybe, probably, we're trying to scoop up data from Mojave's phone.
You don't know. You don't
At
actually
the
know if
very
that's in their
least-
purview.
At the very least, Liam's phone is the lowest rating thing on. It's like 100 new yen. His thing like has a firewall of 2.
Oh yeah, it could get absolutely taken over so fast.
Yeah, like Liam's got like a fucking Motorola. It's not great. He's never upgraded it.
Oh, okay. I want to do 2 things.
Buy me a new phone and then
I would like to get Liam a proper communicator that has not a firewall of fucking 2.
dog.
You're
I
gonna
think that
buy a
might
new
be-
communicator on Bamazon?
Yes.
I think that might actually be too high. It's whatever the $100 burner phone is in the book. It's not great.
It is. I think it might actually be a firewall of 1 if it has one at all.
Yeah,
my God. Oh my
I've never
God.
hidden it. He's always using it. Like this thing is literally
You
like,
know what?
Oh my
3
God.
generations out of
in
date.
like in cyberpunk, in the cyberpunk setting we're in, it's actually just a
Yes.
regular smartphone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
yes.
There's a look on Morning Size face, like she's gonna vomit. She's like, "What the fuck?" So what she does is first she asks Cloudy. I would ask Jay, but he's not at his seat right now. So she asks Cloudy, "Cloudy, do you have extra phone? Proper communicator with like a solid fucking firewall on it?"
Not really.
Shit.
Oh yeah, it's a MetaLink with a device rating of 1.
And that is a firewall of 1. That thing is basically the only way an individual cannot hack that phone is they have to basically crit glitch.
Oh god. I looked at 404.
She
have
is
a phone.
I want you to say basically the best way to put it, and I think you would understand this the most, Rissa.
Right.
404 is stood in the hallway, leaned against the wall, and she is just full on mom energy. That moment of I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Bitch, I have lived 20-something fucking years of my life without a mom. Do not start this now. I don't say that out loud to her. Those are inner thoughts.
Wow.
They're only on the inside.
Oh, wow. Offensive.
Oh, no, you can't. You're not there.
Yeah, we're gonna go get ice cream.
All right,
Yeah.
the boys go get ice cream.
Yeah, Liam's fully on board with leaving. His friends don't feel safe with this. He's like that. Like he kind of wanted some action, but he's like, I fucking guess these people have been doing this longer than me. Probably. I don't fucking know. Let's go. I fucking guess.
Bro, it's crazy to me. Man sees a necklace full of fucking elf teeth and is like, let's follow it. That's crazy.
We don't know what kind of teeth
Yes!
they were.
He wants to go get the fucking teeth and punch his bitch in her nose. Of course, you've met Liam.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what stresses me out. Okay, okay, okay.
But high key,
Don't-
we're going to go get ice cream, but also because if she did perceive us there or had anybody else perceive us there, we are not beelining it back to base and having her follow us there. We are also muddying our astral trail as much as possible before we go home, just in case. Mojave is differently paranoid.
You're literally how? Your eyes are closed? I'm leading you like a blind man?
The form of I'm Steve's twin.
Dog?
Yeah,
Steve's
astral-
the giant meta crab?
Click,
talking
click.
about? But then also, Liam dove mouth first into a giant spear and ate its heart. He's not afraid of anything.
It's
Yeah,
true.
no,
He did do that. And it was super epic and amazing and very like, oh my god, you know, but like, please. So
no, it's multitasking. I also just want ice cream. Like,
Well, close your fucking eyes because when your eyes are open, everyone can see you, right? On the astral? Like everybody? Isn't that a thing? Cloudy told me you shut your eyes. That's the only way to turn it off. Shut your eyes. Close them. Close them. You're my blind friend. Let's go. Close your fucking eyes. Hey,
You're
stop
my
looking at me.
blind friend.
the way
Stop fucking
Cloudy the way Cloudy looks at me and just sees a vein form in the middle of my forehead, just,
Fucking thick fucking forehead vein.
just stress the fuck out. So I look to 404 and I say, "Do you have an extra phone?"
Wait,
She just pauses, looks over at you. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I got a couple.
Fantastic.
we can't just order a new one, by the way.
Yes, but if there's
We
404
can
protection
literally
on it,
have. You know what? All right.
and at least until it gets here, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna take at least a
Those-
day.
No, those things literally drone drop in within an hour.
They do, but I'd rather we not give the address out over the internet, please.
I could go.
And that's why we'd go somewhere else.
You're not
404.
here, Liam.
Is there any way over the sub vocals like we can have this conversation?
Technically, yeah. Actually, I mean, yeah.
I mean, we had the sub vocals, right?
Yes.
Me too, but hold on, don't say anything yet.
Honestly, the biggest reason I was texting is because that way I don't have to even risk making noise.
Well,
No,
sub
that's fine.
vocals
If
are
you
so you don't make noise when you use them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
don't
just
make
without,
you don't
like,
make
subwoofer.
audible noise.
So it's fine if you overhear. Basically, Morningstar ends up saying, "Dump your phone, Liam. It has no security on it whatsoever, and they will follow you back. She knows you're in the city, and she's definitely trying to get you. So dump your phone, please. We'll have phone for you, please, Liam, please."
404
Man.
leans against the wall, and Liam, over the communications, you hear, "Relax. I'll already have your number switched over. All your messages too."
All right. Do you guys want me to just like get an ice cream cone and go to a phone store like in person? Then there's no address anywhere. I
Yeah,
can
we
just
can
go
do
buy
that.
I can just go buy a fucking phone.
Oh my god. There's
I'm
one
gonna-
in my
I'm
hand.
gonna- I want my own phone. What the fuck?
You can get
Alright,
one
that's-
after.
God damn it. All right, fine. We'll get some ice cream and come home.
Morningstar is a snake puddle on the floor of like, God damn, because she gets it and she doesn't want to be like, you can't fucking, blah, blah, blah. You know, she doesn't want to fucking nag, but also she's like, this bitch will take my friends and use their pieces in a ritual. You know what I mean? Like she's,
So
You want us to
okay,
bring back some for you?
yes, please.
okay. So what? How do you want me to get rid of the phone? I can't just throw it away. They'll find it and use it, right?
Oh, I can take care of that, but I need your permission first.
So, show Brick it.
Okay, great. And she does.
Dog, it's got a device rating of 1. It catches fire in my hand and I drop it.
You see the screen glitch out in that weird way where it has like rainbow lines on it.
The battery starts swelling up. I just chuck it.
Bro, that thing goes like analog horror for a second for some reason, and then just
Yep.
fucking the battery
Fries in
pack
hand.
falls out. You're like, how the fuck?
Mojave just sort of massaging his temples because, like, gosh, there's more than one way to have secure communications.
I don't want to hear it, actually. Okay? I don't want to hear shit from nobody. Okay? I'm over here asking permission. Okay? I've made progress.
Mojave is not saying anything. He is quietly in another part of town massaging his temples.
I can feel your
Stop.
judgment through the telecommunication systems. Okay? No, none of that is said out loud. Again, inside thoughts. Lots of inside thoughts. Your phone's fucking bricked, but you have a phone waiting for you, so that's a positive. And then Morningstar goes, "So you said you're getting ice cream?
Yeah, are we allowed to? I don't know. I
We're getting
want
ice
to.
cream.
I would like if they have caramel ice cream. I would like that, please. Thank you.
Sure. Like salted caramel?
Yes, it's my favorite. Thank you so much.
All
How about you, Cloudy?
Sea salt?
If there's rum
yes,
raisin,
please.
go on ahead.
Very gently over the vocals, just very quickly of if they have coconut.
They're done.
I just
Coconut,
wanted
rum
to
raisin
be. I wanted to be known, okay, and you know what? Morningstar will even say it out loud in the name of change, of being a changed person. new leaves and all, she'll be like, I have my eyes on you, so just in case anything goes crazy, I'm watching. Okay? Is that okay with everybody? Is everyone okay with that? Say
Excellent.
yes.
Sure.
Nothing less.
Just as long as you answer one question.
Yes.
Do I look better coming or going?
I am. Help!
And with that line,
Mojave shaking his head. No, that one was just mean.
with that
Out loud
line,
says help. That was in character fully. She screams help.
we are gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break.
All right.
Absolutely underpaid
also.
teenager behind the counter, like looks at both of you, looks behind him, like he does that thing where he leans back, he looks and goes, okay, I got like the best thing ever, hold on.
Oh yeah. See, this is why you
And-
let them pick your shit.
And he goes in and he gets a hold of the cotton candy ice cream, but like only half a scoop of the cotton candy ice cream. And then he takes 2 of the different kinds of sherbet, and he takes them over and he mixes all of it together. And he adds in a mix of graham cracker crumbs and a little bit of coconut flakes. And he finishes mixing it all together. He puts it in 2 bowls and he hands it out to you. And it tastes like a fruity tropical drink.
Good call.
It's
This
like
is why
ice
I
cream
never-
Mai Tais.
This is why half the time when I go out to eat, I let them make me whatever their favorite thing is because they've had way too much fucking time to figure this shit out. And you get magic like this. I tip this kid way
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, honestly, we both tipped this kid. This kid, yeah.
Keep up with the work, brother. It gets better. Pat him on the back and leave.
He just kind of like, there's a single tear as he holds the tip close to himself.
He just watched 2 criminals walk in who absolutely looked like they could have fucking killed him, made them an
Yeah.
excellent Sunday, and got an amazing tip. And he's like, I'm never going to forget this day.
Yeah,
This was the
no,
greatest day of my life.
That moment of like, yeah, Ollie Falcone.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta roll something. Wait a minute, I gotta roll something.
He texts his friends and he's like, I think Ali Falcone and some other fucking guy look real scary. Came in, bought ice cream from me. Huge
Oh
tip.
shit!
So
Oh shit! I'm still dressed like an Arasaka ninja. Oh fuck!
Yes, you are.
question: do you think now this kid wants to grow up and join
criminal.
the mob, or
Become a ninja.
Be a runner.
become a ninja, or join Dark
This,
Horse?
listen, this is cyberpunk. This is a cyberpunk setting, meaning it's based on the 80s. He is absolutely going to become a ninja.
He's got to become a ninja, and then he finds out about shadow running, like in his endeavors. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm sure the Falcones can find a place for him.
For a ninja, absolutely.
All right, Tyler. You have a good day at school tomorrow. Just
Oh, thanks, man. His name is now Tyler. That is canon. I'm writing it down.
His voice definitely cracked when he said thanks.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Hold on. Thank you guys.
Now I'm curious as to the results of that roll. Do I see that flicker of recognition in his face?
Absolutely. Like as you're leaving, he is pulling out his phone and like texting.
Listen, one word, I can shut that shit down. Just let me know.
I mean, there's also the thing of it's not yet publicly known that I'm not dead. I am still publicly dead. So, like, no one will believe him.
That's crazy. 4 days is Ollie gaslighting already? Nuts.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. It's just the truth.
Uh-huh.
Y'all read my obituary.
Amazing.
It was death in absentia.
Yeah.
is there anything I can do as a ninja to get me and Mojave home in a slightly more sneaky way than walking? I don't know.
Absolutely. If you want to carry him.
All right, you carry the stuff. I carry you. Hop on, piggyback.
Okay.
All right, you hold on real
guess.
hard, right? I am Mama Koala. All right, you hold on, baby koala.
Wait, that requires him to be in front. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, guy? You ready?
Oh God!
You know, when I said we ought to get to know each other, this is not what I had in mind.
Let the tabloids see this shit.
No. Let it happen. And I'm gonna start climbing a wall. We're gonna go by rooftop.
Can you make a stealth roll for me or sneaking roll?
Sure.
I-
Yeah.
Since I'm being carried anyway, this would be an opportunity to. What are the odds? The ice cream, right? You know where like Mulan, the raptor waits around the pole, so she can I just like wrap the bags around so I don't fall off, so I can just slip off in the astral and go check in on Vice while we're en route.
What is your problem? We're very high now.
I'm gonna be given this. He is climbing directly up the side of buildings and running across rooftops.
I'm just asking.
I don't
I trust him not to let me fall, baby koala. Like I'm between him and the wall, right?
because he need. Well, the thing is, eventually he's gonna get to the roof and actually go running. You know, in my opinion,
Just ragged. His hat goes. A boot falls off. The ice cream is flying. Mojave spills across the rooftop gravel. He has no clue. He's 3 miles away in the astral.
Look, I have faith in you.
I don't know why.
I don't.
That's crazy, brother.
I mean, I asked if it's possible. If it is,
It is.
extremely inadvisable. I will not do that.
You would need to tell him, and then he would have to actually hold you.
Yeah, no, I would not be just like random, like, whoa, I'm dead now, Liam. Don't worry about it. Like
The sudden dead weight of a 6 foot tall grown man is no fucking joke, even for Liam. So maybe maybe we
Oh,
like,
no, watch
is there
this.
a way that I can continue to at least contribute to hanging on? What like?
He does it. I'm gonna wrap my arms around him, use just my leg and core muscles to keep myself upright, and stair step up the side of the building.
That is completely possible for you.
Like I was asking the question here. I was not just announcing what I was doing.
No,
Ah!
it's cool. You're gonna wake up in a bridal carry. It's over. No, it's just too late. Sophie said I could.
Morningstar watching them the whole way is just like, oh my god.
Oh, you'll lose track of them the minute he gets above street level.
Yeah, which is why the oh my god is twofold, right?
It's the pure leg and core muscles hoisting a
Bro,
6 foot man up a building. Stair
It's
stepping.
oh my god. It's just the oh my god.
Right, literally.
Like but then like Mojave almost being like the bag to hold the ice cream just on top of him because I can't hold it.
Yes, and then more than anything, she's also like, fuck, he's on the roof, I can't follow, and make sure they're not being followed. So instead, she is just going to make sure, because I'm pretty sure she still has marks on Mojave's phone.
Yes.
So, and I know 404 has a thing on the one of the clips, right? She gave him one of her clips.
Yeah. You don't know that.
So she's going to. I don't know that. Okay. I fucking pull out of the cameras and I just remain in the keeping ping on them, and just gonna finger cross that they get back and no one attacks them.
And yeah, if like I would say to Liam, like, if you're carrying me, I might just go pop off and make sure Vice didn't get got.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm jacked. Go ahead.
Mojave, you are allowed to slip into the astral plane and fly off to go find Vice.
Yeah. There's just the one just astrally circle around Liam to make sure that like he's not going to let me. Yeah, I trust him. Then we go off.
You are able to fly off towards the great tree. There is no tunnel that is made for you this time. There's no direct link, so you go flying towards the tree, but you are able to bird mode find your way through the branches. And you will end up in Vice's little domain room. the poker room. Vice is sitting in his chair, and he, at least in this state, appears a little bit slumped and a little inert. Like he's not, he could be napping, but he's absolutely not sitting up straight.
Yeah, the moment I pop into his space, astral form of me, myself, and everything that means, no longer any attempt to disguise, because like I want him to know I'm here. I'm not trying to jump the man. And when I see that he is less than 100%, we're gonna first we're going to do so in a way where like astrally we're announcing our presence without saying anything, but we're gonna go check on him. Like astral noise is made.
He kind of looks up as you walk up to him. Now, is this ploy to kill me or to help me? Little crow?
I'll give you 3 guesses. How you doing?
I don't like large fires.
Yeah, I saw the roots winding back. Didn't look good.
She decided to take a bit of a shot at me.
Yeah, I noticed. Anything I can do? I am a doctor.
Not sure. Is there anything a doctor could do for me?
Well, ST, is there anything a doctor can do for him?
I mean, you have healed a spirit before. Healing is magical. It should work on a free spirit.
Soup?
You could soup.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, first we are giving him the once over to see the extent of the damage. We're like, I want to know what I'm trying to fix.
Yeah, and I will give that, like, you can roll on a sensing to see it, but there is a visual change to Vice's corporeal type form. There is very clearly the front of his wine-colored suit is torn open, and you can see most of his body from like shoulder down looks like twisted vines, and you just see scorch marks and tears, and it looks like he got smashed across the chest, like with blaze.
Mm-hmm.
His and with that sensing, his essence, his power is still strong. He's still a very powerful spirit, but the damage is not significant, honestly.
Yeah, we're just, looking him over, taking it in.
Oh, I will give this also. That's a 5. There's definitely a toxic quality to the wound. Like there's this remnant of almost what comes off as a poison.
Okay. When you say is this like, I guess, a flavor poison, or is this something where I should make a batch of heal soup, but also maybe a batch of antidote soup?
This might be both antidote and heal. Because like it does appear that this is not just lingering, it's there. Like this might continue to burn him if it stays.
Good thing I swung by. Says, rummaging in his astral bag.
Seems I can lose.
That's what makes it fun, isn't it?
I knew you got it. It was my fault. I shouldn't try to attack her without Musa.
I see. Pulling the spirit of a Febreze can out. The astral shape of one of those little single serve box of Fruit Loops.
Oh,
The
Oh.
mini Fruit Loops? Is that what we're talking about? The mini Fruit Loops?
Yeah.
little single serving boxes you used to get in schools.
Mhm.
Get that in your little carton of milk.
It's a very serious game with serious people.
Yeah. You know, they're poured into a plastic bag, a little bit of a little vial of liquid. It's violently blue. Do not ask what it is. Mojave does not remember, but it's poured into the bag because it vibes right, and it's being mixed up, mashed with the Fruit Loops. A little pinch of something sparkly tossed in.
Hey, he needs help. He didn't lose a dare.
Don't worry about it when it comes to my recipes. Yeah, no, we are asking him like the details of what happened, like specifically what happened. Like the play-by-play as we are mixing up. I am going to want to mix up a batch of antidote and a batch of heal.
Yeah, you could make those rolls if you'd like.
I never remember. Do I use the alchemy roll, or do I click the thing itself?
We should have set them up in your thing to be able to click the spells itself.
Okie doke. Just wanted to make sure. I don't do this very often.
He sits back and is just like, she started messing with some roots. I got upset. Let my temper get the better of me. Musa says I should control it more. He's right. I wasn't expecting her little friend. I wasn't expecting him to be able to hit me.
Little friend?
Dark. Oh fuck, what's it called? What do you all call them?
What were his arms like?
Black. Metal. So I thought he couldn't fucking hit me.
Spring loaded?
Huh. There's something loaded. It's like I'm got hit by a freight train. Oh, I still remember what those are.
Quick question above table. That antidote, I did not apply quick healer. Could I have?
For antidote?
Yes, because it just says healing tests.
And
And it is in the healing school of magic?
Oh. You know what? I'm gonna rule that a healing school of magic spell should count.
Okay,
If it's in the healing magic school, that's a heal.
Cool. Yeah, because I would like to do that thing.
If I'm not wrong, these quick healers just extra dice, right?
Yes, it's just +2 to the dice pool. I am just gonna roll that again real quick. Because I remembered that I have things. I'm a doctor.
Could have just rolled the 2 dice on their own.
I couldn't remember what we were rolling, and I didn't want to ask.
Well, A, you need to roll drain for both of those.
Yes.
So click the dice. You're good. And the second one? You're good.
Okay.
All right, I actually have to check Vice's sheet real quick. The antidote works fairly well. You think there's still a lingering essence of that magic on there, but you see Vice kind of reach up, and the few areas on his body that it is still on, he basically just reaches in and pulls off that part of the wood.
Can I take it?
You gonna ask him for it?
Yes.
What?
Sample. Whatever she's using on you could help us figure out how to counter it.
It's a dead piece anyway. Can't technically control me with it, so... Sure. There's your payment for helping me.
I know you'd get it.
I don't like to have open debts.
And the bit is tucked in the astral bag.
Yeah.
Put in a little baggie, an astral baggie first before tucked in the astral bag. We are careful with our samples.
We're gonna go with it. And once the heal soup is given, I don't know if you hand him the heal soup or whatever it's in.
Yeah, it's like an unmarked bottle. Just hand it over. Real sketchy looking.
He takes the bottle, flips it out, and his hand kind of engulfs it because it's so large. And he just kind of flicks the bottle a little bit, shrugs his shoulders, and then just dumps out the bottle into the hole in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's done, he puts it down, and you watch as the heal magic clearly affects him, and you see the vines start to re-knit back together.
Approving nod as he watches his handiwork work.
Oh. All right, that was actually kind of impressive.
I did say that my little crew, we're good at what we do.
Oh, well, you won me over. A little bit. Not too much.
Good. Well, one step at a time.
May like you, but you're still... Well, most of you are still mortals. You know the deal.
One way or the other. You got eyes all over the city, yeah?
As many as are on a... Yes. Oh, and you see him he grabs the edge of the poker table and leans over. Fucking bitch. Yes, I have many eyes.
Since you're keeping them open anyway, and we're all working for the same goal here, would you mind keeping me in the loop as to where her and her little friend are at, make any unexpected movements?
He kind of rolls his shoulders. He looks like a little bit... He kind of radiates a little bit of frustration. But eventually he kind of just sighs. If they leave the biodome, I'll send a little birdie to tell you.
Good.
Sign of goodwill, even though I've given you plenty.
Samples payment for the antidote. Consider this payment for the heal.
He kind of grins at you. Alright. Now do me a favor. Get out of my house.
Pleasure doing business as always. See ya, Vice.
Sits back down in his big comfy chair. That's the sound of a bird flying.
That's the sound of an astral shape squeezing through a metaphysical crack in a non-existent spiritual wall.
This is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Yeah, you may fly back to your body, and this was all done like very, very quickly. You'll probably be coming back to your body right as anxiety is getting back to the hideout. So you'll most likely wake up while still in a bridal carry, holding ice cream.
Yeah. Full on, just a head lift, look around, like up at anxiety, like, huh?
Just because I can do it doesn't mean it was clean. He's like sweating a bit, like, you know, he got his workout.
Yeah, you got your workout for today. Mojave is lighter than he looks. But
Oh yeah,
not by
hollow
much.
bones. Hollow bones.
But it was still dead weight.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Gives a thumbs up because he's conscious now.
it was a good fucking distance, jumping
Yeah.
from roof to roof with a man. Yeah,
Thanks
Mhm.
for that,
Hey.
Liam.
How is everything?
It's a good thing I popped by. I was
Yeah?
right. She'd attacked him.
Who attacked?
Oh.
You hear over the vocals.
Yeah, who attacked who?
I mean, who else would I be talking about? Taking the
I don't
ice cream
know.
inside.
Is it Mananangal or Mary or another chick you guys are enemies with? Because they're all females.
Slithers.
No.
Slithers.
Collects ice cream.
We don't have all women enemies. Takes ice cream. Thank you.
Augie.
Augie was a man.
What the fuck's Augie?
He was
Worry
a big
about it.
troll that we killed.
Was oh
Takes
my
it-
god, well,
Get your
Ah.
ice cream sit down real quick, right?
that guy
Yes.
doesn't count, but
I'm holding a bunch of spoons so that everybody can have their ice cream.
Richter poisoned Vice.
Oh,
That's not
Tried
nice.
to hit her. He hit her back. Or he tried to hit her. She hit him back hard. Harder than he thought she would. Question. Fishing in my bag. Does the astral sample carry over to the physical, or is it purely spiritual?
Yeah, no, it's there. It just looks like a dried tree branch to anyone else.
Produce this flesh, this bit of Vice's flesh. She poisons him.
That.
Don't worry about it. It's a sample. I fixed him. It's
Mhm.
okay. He's gonna help us keep eyes on the sky, but worth noting.
I'm trying to sneak a scoop of Liam's ice cream. I'm looking at you, listening.
dog,
earnestly.
it's so fucking good.
She's like, I want to try some. She but she's listening. She's paying attention. She
Is there enough ice cream for everyone?
Oh,
Yes.
he brought some
Everyone got
specifically
ice cream,
for
yeah.
everyone.
Whatever
Oh,
Jason's favorite flavor was, he can get it.
The
Yeah,
moment
yeah.
you start trying to third party his ice cream, he offers you a bite with his spoon.
She takes it. She does take it.
And there's
She's
just
like,
that
"Yes."
moment because Mojave knows the words are about to come out of his mouth. He lets her savor the mouthful of ice cream first
Oh,
before he says,
Thank you.
"Teas in town."
When I tell you the full shutdown that
She
occurs,
vomits it up.
projectile vomits. No. She goes from like you offer, and her scales almost like look like the Maita ice cream, like just colors. She's very happy. She's like, ice cream is amazing. So she is very happy. Has this. Hears those words. Her scales go matte black, and she freezes in place.
Mm-hmm.
Is T still a friend, or is he like officially a foe now?
Officially a foe.
So that's
Words
bad.
words verbatim was what did he say? I didn't think you'd be able to hit me.
She proceeds to slide off the couch, just like
Yeah,
liquid
Uh,
stick.
He's
Yeah.
in town, and whatever Mananangal has done to him, he can punch spirits now.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liam. So T was a really good friend of ours, and was just like super built, jacked, and with a lot of cyberware, and he could basically punch through everything. I never saw a wall that couldn't stop that
Oh. Well, if he punched Vice, I mean, that guy deserves it.
She fully looks like that gif of the snake that gets poked and just is like, ah, and like rolls over.
Whether or not he deserves it, he's one half of the city's protection right now. We can't afford to lose him.
Yeah. I mean, if the guy's got cybernetics, that's fine. I can still affect him.
Let's hope.
It's weird that he can punch spirits, though. That's crazy.
Unless he is 100% metal. As long as there is any amount of flesh to him, I can make that flesh fail. However, if all that's left is like a butt cheek, that's not gonna do much. So it really depends how much metal is there,
Yeah.
If he has vital organs he depends on, I can fucking Aelwit cures him.
She is not good about this. She does say it was always his goal to try to find a way to become full cyberware. He was like weirdly racist, I guess, but like about specifically people who don't have cyberware is weird.
Shut up, Steve.
It was
really excited.
Click, 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 clack.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, don't worry about it. I made a friend.
A very opinionated crab.
Cloudy, you can absolutely, Cloudy, you can absolutely hear Steve, and even though it's just click clacks and bubbles, you understand he is going on a tirade about the difference between decapods and arthropods, and how he feels about blue lobsters.
Don't worry about Steve.
Where did you find this one?
Outside the crab shack. Just don't worry about it.
Find what?
You know
Not
what?
all of us can see.
Morningstar for shits and giggles because he's so low.
Yeah.
Coin flip.
Aw, shit.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Ah, dropped it.
Oh,
there we go. Got it. All of a sudden, on top of Mojave's head, for briefest of moments, as he does not have a lot of energy, a small, ghostly-looking blue crab appears, clacks his claws twice, bubbles a little, and then disappears.
I think she's very sensitive right now and scared, and she sees this ghost crab appear, and she goes full snake, and just like the hiss that comes out of her is purely snake, and like fangs elongate. Like she's looking, she just like comes out of her face for a minute, but it's just like briefly like jump scare,
Yeah.
She does not take this news well. She gathers herself up because she realized she's just like slithering on the floor, and kind of is looking around for 404. 404, and just like
I did if nothing else. Vice is gonna keep an eye out. Vice is gonna send a runner if they leave the biodome. We're gonna hear about it. If he sees them, we're gonna hear about it.
404. She looks like an anime character right now.
404 is in the hallway, like spoon in ice, like up to her mouth with ice cream. It is her first bite, and she just puts the spoon back down in the ice cream. Just sighs really hard. Just.
Oh yeah, 404. You remember T. You got word he went rogue?
I did tell her, by the way.
Good.
Yeah.
I sent her text.
Yeah, I did.
Morningstar comes over and is like absolutely like 1,000-yard stare, but she's like picking up some of the ice cream on the spoon and then gives it to 404 so she can have her first bite of ice cream.
I mean, you guys were friends with this guy, right?
Yeah.
So
That's one word for it.
can you like talk him down or
No.
To give you
no.
to give
The man
you
had
an
about
idea.
as much essence as could fill a teaspoon.
You can't talk down a nuke.
Much less one who went over willingly. He made that choice.
Oh. He sounds like a prick. Let's kill him.
He's one person.
Like, I don't want to kill many people, but like these people, we should probably kill, right?
Yes, he is one person. He has made his decisions. He is a danger to everybody, and he has chosen he will not get better. When we meet him, we will not have a choice. We only have to hope we meet him before he sees us.
I mean, there's 5 of us and one of him, right? Don't worry.
That's that footage of him going
Don't worry. I'll keep him
fists
busy.
against the tank is. Did that get
What?
scrubbed?
Wait,
No.
he did what to a tank?
She blinks, kind of out of sync, like a little bit like a lizard, like boop, boop. And the TV turns on, and she plays the footage of him literally taking on a tank. And
Oh, shit.
like, yeah, like Liam gets the full fucking play-by-play
Oh.
of how fucking strong T actually is, and like, kind of the kind of like the hatefulness that is in there, you know, like that just unending rage and like murderous intent. And she
There
does-
is something to be said about the cold. This is for everybody. Seeing him after this long, I feel there's definitely a moment you kind of really, even if you remember, you kind of forget how cold T was when he started fighting. When
I
he
never
got
forgot.
into it,
Mhm.
it was this crazed. It was empty, but not in a fully emotionless way. It was like, it was rage, but it was this mixture of hot and cold. It was awful. That was a monster.
She took away his fear, and he lost his empathy too.
Oh,
And more than that, didn't see a reason to bother with compassion.
Well, I mean, hey, he's got to catch me, right?
Yeah.
is Mananangol's child, not her only child.
hey, this is not go spirit. This guy's have spirit. And
Well, no,
No.
no.
No, she
Okay.
made him like that. She made.
Yes, so Mananangol is a spirit. She is a free spirit, but kind of like that lady we met at that bar in the desert, who was like free spirit, where she exists kind of in both space. Mananangol is like that, and at some point she started collecting children and making them into weapons.
yes,
Two of
that's shit.
Mm-hmm.
two of 4-Force kids. She saved them. They're not her blood children, but she saved them from Mananangol.
And that
So-
right there, gesturing to the footage, is why we did not try and
So
jump
it's
her on the street.
So it's a cult.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Alright.
She made them fight each other, and whoever lost,
The
if they
strong
weren't
survived. T wanted to be strong, so he'd keep surviving.
right.
I mean,
And he did.
I mean,
He's the perfect weapon, so he went back.
Jay's making a mech. Cloudy can do all sorts of crazy shit. You can make glue. I can keep him busy. Scales could probably fucking do
Yeah.
something with his hardware, right?
We can, but it's one of those things.
You can't let him catch you first, and it's really hard to avoid him. He's fucking
oh,
huge.
I'm
Go
really,
You don't have bones. okay?
I'm really good at what I do, though. Right?
You are,
I'm really
but
good at this.
It's one of those things because we know bits and pieces of what Bloody Mary can do. We know what T used to be able to do. We don't know what he's capable of now. So when we go up against them, we're going in with a plan. We're thinking about it, and we're making sure that
Yeah,
it's
he
like,
can punch spirits now, so there's definitely been an upgrade.
Yeah,
you couldn't do that before.
Well,
I could not beat up a tank, so yeah, I would have to be pretty cautious around this guy.
my mech's gonna be bigger.
Hell yeah, you can
True.
probably
I mean,
take
you
him
know-
out, right?
if
I don't
nothing else,
think
you know,
so.
there you
I
keep
think-
Not
if you can
I
keep
think-
him busy while Cloudy fries him.
Yeah, I think you could probably punch through my mech.
Oh my god, but you'll be in there.
Yeah,
I mean, we gotta accept the risk.
but see,
you-
he
what if you
uses his
put-
fists.
What if
I
you put
use
like a
guns.
yeah? What
Yeah.
if you put like a
Maybe-
bunch of what if you put like a bunch of missile racks on the back of that bitch?
I don't know. I don't have the space for that, man.
Oh,
But you will have the Thunderstruck as gun, yes?
Yeah, I have a thunderstruck, a grenade
Okay.
launcher. I can launch grenades. Maybe those will work.
Maybe. Either way,
We'll
when we
find a
fight
way,
them, we
but
can't. We
He
can't.
probably
Picking
doesn't
our
need to breathe
battlefield, and we're
anymore,
picking
does
our
he?
time. We're picking the time. We're picking the place.
I hope he does.
Morningstar does not look hopeful. She's like,
If he
bro.
doesn't need to breathe anymore, I cannot give him anaphylaxis, brother. That's
the
all
thing,
I
I
got
don't-
for something like this.
I
mean,
don't
we
know.
find
the
a way or we
upgrades.
die. That's the long and short of it. So we're going to find a way. We don't have to
Yeah.
find it here and now.
Do you
But when we
know
get
if he's
there,
had
we'll figure
any? Do you know if he's had any upgrades as far as the metals go? As strong as he was, he had basic
I mean,
metals that was running through him.
I got a
Yeah.
very basic description enough to confirm it was T. Didn't ask Vice for the details because chances are Vice ain't gonna know them. But if he's working with Manananggal and Evangeline's working with Manananggal, it ain't a stretch to think that maybe her fancy metal's been put to good use.
Well, hey, as someone like that, right, probably stands out. Can you
For
do
sure.
like a matrix search for people that are like
That look like him.
posting about like a big fucking metal guy with red eyes and shit or whatever, and then see if you can get a picture of him? People have phones. People take pictures of me all the time. They're like, look at this fucking guy.
Okay. You can see that there at at the mention of that, there is a look that flickers across her face of like, how much would it take me out to delete all images of like, because it's dangerous, not even in that weird like jealous way, just purely like it is dangerous to have him existing where people can find him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thought. But then she's like, I'm a better person now, and I don't do weird shit like that. So instead, she's like, I can try.
I mean, you know what he looks
We'll
like.
see.
People in Vegas are probably going to be like, hey, giant murder machine, selfie?
Right.
Vice did say that if they leave the biodome, he'll let us know, which means they've been staying in the biodome, which means that we can start there
Yeah, you know where to
rather
look
than
for
search
him.
the city.
In,
Okay, I will try.
in Shadowrun, there's adamantine, right?
Yes, that's
Okay.
that. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
yes.
what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Jay is gonna say, "Hey, I had like read online about this like weapon program that that turned people's skeletons into adamantine skeletons.
I'm gonna fucking scream.
Maybe they did that to T.
Oh.
I hate this a lot. Actually, I don't like it.
Which is why
Um,
we aren't jumping him on the street. We're gonna pick our battles. We're gonna pick the time. We're gonna pick the place, and we're gonna make sure it's a fight that we can win.
I will look to see what we can find from now.
Here's the plan, right?
Returns to her ice cream.
We buy Jay 14 more Thunderstrucks. We line them all up. We point them at one bottleneck, and then I'll go tag this guy, tell him is it. I'll sprint for the bottleneck. It sounds like he'll follow. And you just fucking light him up when he gets there, all right?
Yeah, that's a idea for
In the
sure.
short-term plan, what we can do is when we make it to Evangeline's place and we're doing our search, we can make special note to look to see if she's got any records of what she's been making, where it's been going, because that way, if she has given medals to upgrade T, we can at least figure out what.
Right, because then if we do your plan, as you suggested, Liam, at least we can find out if he still has flesh for you to tag he's it at all. So
If not, I'm gonna have to do something else. I don't want to do.
Right.
I really don't want to do it, but I will.
It's too early to map out a battle strategy. We'll figure it out. We got more information. we gotta-
I will look up any sightings of T, because while they may have been in the biodome, they had to get there. They had to travel through the city to get to the biodome, and he's not exactly like small. You know what I mean? Like,
He literally has the distinctive style flaw for this very fucking.
yes.
Smuggled him in the dead of night under a sheet in a windowless van.
Listen,
Like moving a fridge, you know.
You can do
yeah.
you can either do computer to try to check like surface social media, or you can do the local rumors knowledge and go check your Reddit threads.
Let's do local rumors, because yes.
Check the Reddit threads for Big Metal Man.
Yeah, with red eyes, distinctive.
Oh yeah,
and he's got
absolutely.
metal arms. It's a 5.
So you do your searches, and it takes you a little bit. A lot of blurry photos. It takes you a minute to notice that a good portion of these photos are old because these are threads. These are all from LA. Some of them are actually more recent from LA, like really recent, like a couple days ago. And they're fuzzy mostly. They were either taking them very quickly, or T was, if this is T, he was moving very quickly. Now you see the dark shape, you see dark arms, black and red metal, red eyes, but a lot of them are in the darkness or out of the light. Then you have some coming from threads in Vegas, and same thing, a lot of blurry photos. A lot of people were not being able to, like, if there are clean photos, they're getting wiped. But you do finally find a thread where, like, one of them is actually fairly clean. And there you see the big metal arms, tall, broad figure. But he has a darker skin tone. And he's skinnier. And you realize that's not T. It's someone with basically T's modifications. Nigh identical, actually. Although more identical to the last time you saw him. You don't know what he might look like now. But yeah, arms, legs, he even has shift in like only one half of his jaw, but like a break in the jaw that has the metal part of his skull.
I think that while this version, whoever this is, right, is like skinnier but has all these other features that are similar to T's, Morningstar doesn't look at the body because she knows how much like T was trying to modify his whole entire body, so she's like, I can't really trust that, right? But she looks to his belt because she is looking for a thing of jaws. So she's looking for things like that, those details.
Yeah,
to say like, is this T or is this like
and
a clone?
I'll give. You go through with the 5. You find some decent photos of no less in LA and Vegas, no less than in the last week, sightings of 4 separate individuals. None of them are T. But they look almost identical.
Oh my god.
Hi, Key. I am, as this information is coming forward,
I put the images up on the TV so you guys can all see it. And I
Yeah.
explain that they're not T, they're just clones of him.
one way or the other.
No,
I
these are very clearly different people.
Okay.
sending a text to Oscar, asking him basically like, hey, hi, I have some information. Where do you want me to send it?
Ooh.
Not giving anything like over the phone, but
Yeah.
high key, like, where do you Scales has a dossier to send you. It's important. Give me a secure line.
You get a message back to a weird string of numbers, and followed by, your hacker friend should know what this is.
Thumbs up. Just, hey, Scales, you mind getting this intel to us? About T and about the replicas running around. Get the Falcons to keep an eye out.
Of course. Do you have a line for me to send?
Full on, like the phone is being turned around. She's being shown.
Yeah, I look at it and I literally with a thought send a dossier of
Well, I will give you that this collection of numbers is in a cipher.
Okay.
So I will need I'm gonna need basically an actual just like like blank logic roll.
The way she sees this and like looks at Mojave with the look of like, you're lucky he's your brother. Like this motherfucker.
I mean, hey, you gotta take precautions.
I don't care. No, it's I understand. Okay, let me roll this. What is it? What attribute? Is it just logic again?
Yeah. Well, no, just default a skill with logic.
Oh.
Because I don't think you have the one skill you need for this.
Oh.
That's not a common skill.
Okay. Looking logic limited by
mental.
Okay. 5. Oh wait, did it go? It didn't go. I try again. Ah, it's a 2.
Mm-hmm. That is.
Child, tell your brother.
No. That's enough to get through it a little bit. It takes you a minute. You finally click what it is, and you realize, oh, hold on, this is a type. It's basically like a Caesar cipher. It just requires you to switch some things. So it takes you a minute, but you're like, oh, hold on, I know what the hell I'm looking at here. You break it down, and it's basically just an encrypted email.
You're lucky he's your brother.
We take security seriously. What can I say?
It's smart. I just hate it. And I sent him an encrypted dossier with all this information, both with really everything we found out as far as like these T replicas, though they are different people, that they're running around both LA and Vegas.
The lowercase squad.
Yes. Lowercase t, that's funny. And then I think I also make mention of like, obviously Bloody Mary and all that stuff, but very much like you need to be careful. Like you and your people need to be careful, because they were able to attack Vice and actually hurt him. She does also make mention that like your wife and child, like especially the wife because she's technomancer, like she don't let her go outside. You know what I mean? Like Madonna Gall likes to scoop people up.
Yeah, I don't know if she should be outside.
Listen, she's pregnant. You do have a small child. Madonna Gall loves to take kids. Please don't fuck around. Like she's putting all the warning signs.
Yeah, there's a reason this thing is encrypted.
And then also, just any other details as far as like the Varen test, the movements that we've kind of been speculating from them working with Madonna Gall, like just all that stuff, the stuff that would give them the Falcons like the most advantage as far as like what's going on both sides of like Matrix and the Astral, that we've kind of been gathering that information.
The ghost children have arrived. So really quickly, I want to give a bit of a common sense roll to somebody, because I realize a piece of information may have been forgotten.
Okay.
Morningstar, when you were in that warehouse alongside T and met Mononongal, you will remember that the entire place it had the vats of the worms in it. But also, there were many people in there, all with T's modifications. Like, a lot of people.
Yeah, she's got an army now, essentially, of T-like individuals.
It's like T was her crown jewel, but she had her army.
She turned T into a template.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The
crazy.
lowercase squad is out there.
Yeah,
That is how I will bring them from this point on.
I let him. Okay, so then I'm gonna be very specific. Then I still have the files that when I essentially live streamed the events when I was in that warehouse, and I still had those. Don't ask me why, but I did, and so I literally sent him that.
Yeah, the goal is to inform him of the lowercase squad in general and T in particular as, hey, these are bad news. That's extra bad news.
Right. So I send him that file so he sees it all. The worms, the fucking weird lowercase squad lookalikes, Mononongal, because she was on there. With the warning that T might not look the same than how he does in that video, because he can fucking punch spirits now. So I don't know what they did to him. Watch your ass. Capital fucking letters, exclamation points, fucking. Yeah, she really impresses upon him how dangerous this is and how, like, I don't know. Fucking do what you gotta to protect, because this is a lot,
Yeah, and after you send this all off, a little while later, you will get a basically, like, it's not a sprite, it's not resonance, it's a program from a hacker, and it's just like a big old like it's a dude like doing the peace signs, and it's just like, thanks, homie, and it's like he leaves you basically the same kind of cipher key. And it's basically it's a call sign. He kind of expresses that he's who you should talk to if you need to talk to the boss. This is his hacker. This is one of Oscar's hackers.
Yes.
So that's basically like that. She just kind of gives you the very cool. Also, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think there's a little like encrypted hacker speech between the two of them. And she's like, yeah, it's really fucked up. And like, sorry, this sucks, but like, cool. Next time I need to send some information, I will reach out to you.
Yeah. And he kind of, it's like he's, you know that thing? Yeah, you know that thing. The 3 dots come up, they disappear. Mm-hmm. 3 dots come up, they disappear. Yep. Finally, you get a message that comes through, and it's just, yeah, you're really cool. My name's, what the fuck did I name this? Oh, right.
Is it Tyler?
Right. Stop. I was trying to remember this man's call sign, and I can't fucking say it.
It's Big T.
It's not. It's no. That's the problem. His name is literally Decapod.
Wow. I bet Steve feels a certain way about that.
I don't.
Well, it's a good thing Steve he's a spirit and not online.
Right.
He also says you can call him Deck or Dex.
Okay, right. He says she's really cool, and she's like, "What? Like, bro, I just showed you some crazy shit, bitch. Like, what?" It doesn't register for her because she's dumb. But she does say thank you. She's like, "Thanks, Dex. I will talk to you next time. I mean, unless you need to know any more information. Like, that's the vibe." you know. But she's not trying to like chat. There's things going on. She's
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
get back to. But yeah, she will reach out should she need to deliver information to the Falcons. She pulls out of that little conversation and gives them a thumbs up and it says, I've let him know all the information that he needs to know. He has images, videos, everything pertinent. He
Good.
is and will be made aware of. I was speaking to his hacker, Dex. Apparently, that is who handles all his encrypted shit. So,
Nod. Mojave, meanwhile, is texting Rue, actually. Basically, along the lines of, business is a lot right now, LOL. We should hang out soon. There's a lot to catch you up on. By the way, have you checked in with your dad lately? Like, very, surface level. It looks normal, but hi.
Yeah, and she responds in a very similar surface level thing of, yeah, saw Dad tonight. We should get together and talk. Busy right now, but we should probably meet up day after tomorrow.
mm.
Okay. Brain not working fast enough to think of a good way to encode it, but more or less physical or astral. You got a place, or should I see you in my dreams? Like,
That's so unintentionally flirtatious.
That's
well, no, that's the thing. It looks that way. That way, but she would know what he means.
Yeah, and her response is, "Oh, you're always in my dreams."
Crazy. Calm down, lady.
Yeah, smiley face. It just looks like they're, but no, like.
Mm-hmm. Wild.
I don't have a secure email, but the astral is pretty darn secure. Depending on where you go.
Sure. Morningstar is back on the couch eating ice cream. She can't sit, like crisscross applesauce, but she's like coiled up, munching, and she's like looking at the LA footage. Now, we spent enough time, and she spent enough time in LA to know the city pretty well. And she knows where the people that they're trying to keep safe, i.e., Liam's family and stuff like that, she knows where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the ones that are in LA near that area?
There have been sightings of these dark shadowy figures from downtown to uptown. There was apparently a major fire at Orchid Heights, which was
Wasn't that where we used to live?
Yeah, that was the
Yes.
condo. There was a major fire that took down a lot of the building. It's been called an electrical fire. But no, there's been shadowy figures seen in downtown, slight parts of uptown, West Covina, down into Fun City. These figures have been everywhere in the city. Even the new location of Freak Show Row, once the floodwaters have kind of been shifted.
That place, that cabaret place, the burlesque place, that
the red light.
yeah, that Liam's sister was at on her date.
Mhm.
Just timing wise, was it okay in the city at the time, or was she like out and then shadowy figure setting something on fire spotted?
Any of the sightings you've seen that have been posted to this thread?
Mm-hmm.
No, but like,
Okay.
obviously there have been figures in that area, but it's like that night there's no confirmed sightings that night.
Yeah, we are operating under the assumption that T is in Vegas, but we are also operating under the assumption that T is in LA. He is Schrodinger's T. He is in both places until confirmed, and we are equally terrified either way.
Yeah, I think she's even at this point is like, T is a fucking problem, but these others aren't too far behind him as far as problems go.
Uh-huh.
But she does make mention that our old apartment got burned down. They're calling it electrical fire, but it doesn't really look that way.
I mean, if that guy could be here and he could be there and he's your enemies, and a lot of people you care about are there. Have you guys checked in on all your people recently?
My mother would have reached out to me should something have happened to her, and the rest of my siblings are still in a lab. So,
Okay.
I'm checking on all the people you care about.
Okay. They're good?
I hope so. I mean, yes, there's been no articles or anything stating that they are dead or injured or anything, so I am assuming safety.
Okay.
But these figures have been sighted all over the city in places that they likely would have been. If you would like, I can reach out to them, but you have a new phone now.
Oh yeah, what kind of fucking phone do I have?
Oh,
Now.
yes. 404 has set you up with the phone. It is. It's not the highest model. It's a couple models below that. I cannot remember the fucking name of it to save my life.
Okay.
We will.
So
We will find it.
It's not a Fairlight Caliban. It's not a Transys Avalon. Is it a Hermes Icon?
I think yes. I think it's a Hermes icon. I think that's the
the
stats
one
I took.
That's the one that's $3,000.
Yes, it's a Hermes
Device
icon.
rating 5.
Yes, it's that one.
All right, I will add that to my sheet.
And
I
it
should
is
probably
so
mechanically
safe.
have whatever phone I have.
Oh, and Liam, you will notice it is a complete it's a copy of your phone. Like it has everything, all messages, all photos, everything.
Huh. Crazy.
So you can reach out to them if you would like and let me know. If you'd rather me be sneaky about it, I can do that as well. It's really up to you.
No, I can call it. It's safe to use this, right?
Yes.
I'll check in with
Yeah.
my family myself. It's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Unless I shouldn't make calls from this number now that it's because the number is known, right?
Number's fine. You're fine.
Okay. Cool.
Yes. So they should be okay. I mean, not to sound harsh or anything, but if they were dead, we would know.
I mean, would you? You didn't know your old place burned down.
I don't have anyone I care about in my old place.
Just saying.
Would you
If
like
every-
me to check? I can
I
check.
mean, if everyone's fucking dead, who's sending you messages?
You obituaries mention when people die is what I'm saying. Like
Spirits.
spirits
Oh.
as well.
True. Okay.
I don't see spirits, but
mention-
you do. So
Didn't 404 say she'd keep eyes on your folks?
on his sister.
I mean, she said she would put a team of runners on my sister. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, 404 is still in the room with the ice cream, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
she's
just
still
looking
back
at her
there.
as I ask that question.
Everything's. I got his. Don't worry.
All right. Yeah. Good.
Maybe
All
reach
right.
out to them anyway.
Yeah.
You know, just so they hear your voice. You can check on them. Anyway, so things are really extra scary. Yep. I
All the
hate
more
this. I
reason
hate
to
all of it.
Stay calm, keep a clear head. We gotta gather our intel. We'll check in on Evangeline as soon as Rue gives us the window. And there was someone from your world we had to reach out to, wasn't
Sorry about that. Who are you asking?
Oh, just someone someone Matrix wise from that world we got to reach out to. Right?
Oh yes, Lord said we're supposed to go see him. So
Yeah, it's tomorrow night, by the way.
yes, so we'll get good rest. Put in protections where we need to during the day, and then at night we go.
And just what are we trying to get out of that interaction?
Oh, his help. I'll be an ally.
Yeah, but specifics. What are we reaching
Well,
out for?
404 and I are reaching out to a very stubborn necromancer. I do that every time. Technomancer. Who can help bolster at least our matrix side of that spell that you are trying to make.
Okay.
It's going to be very difficult, and we need. Look, I'm okay at this. I'm all right, but 404 board said they've been doing it a lot longer than me, so they have skills I don't have. You know.
What's his skill set? Just because moving forward as we're making these plans, we're gonna need allies, but we need to know what they can do, so we need to know what to ask of them.
Boar's
I
head
look
is a
at
combat
404.
specialist.
All right.
Yeah, he was able to make a sprite that broke through the firewall and exploded in my face.
Yeah,
is
and I'm
that-
still trying to figure that out.
It was not his fault. It was, or rather, it wasn't that like on purpose to me. It was I was in on a site in which he placed a trap, and then the trap set off, and so that's how that happened. But yeah,
All
he
right.
wasn't trying to attack me. It was just
404.
So we'll consider that a resume.
404 suddenly just sits bolt upright. She was leaning against the wall. Kind of basically she'd kind of done that thing where she slid down.
yeah.
And then she just sits suddenly bolt upright and looks over to you, Morningstar. And the look on her face is something akin to just shock. And then she just sort of turns and looks down at her own hands. And then just puts her head in her hands.
Morningstar fully looks like that How to Train Your Dragon gif, or just
Yeah, there's that moment as I wasn't alarmed before, but now I am.
Good.
she peeks over the couch with her ice cream on the floor where 404 is, and it's like, what?
Nothing. Okay, that was my fault.
What is your fault?
I didn't think about it. I didn't think about I didn't tell you how to run the system.
What? She takes a bite of her ice cream because she's like, bitch.
I will have to tell you how to use it. I'm sorry. That's on me.
Wow.
There's a moment where Morningstar is about to fucking unleash just venom on 404. But then she stops, and there's this brief thought in her head of I'm a piece of shit too. Let me fucking chill out. And she's like, it's okay if you just, when you're ready, teach me. That would be cool. I will take another bite of ice cream.
We'll do that in the morning.
Okay,
I
sounds
think
good.
I think rest is necessary.
Yes.
I'm sensing 404 real quick.
Guilt. Just
Or-
surface guilt.
Yeah, guilt, but also
404.
trying to how hard has she been pushing herself?
Oh fuck! It is so strong and she's exhausted. She's fucking exhausted. She is at a mental limit. You are surprised that she's still awake.
Yeah, doctor taking notes.
404.
Yeah.
you can't fix it all. You know? And I'll be okay. So like don't be so hard on yourself, you know?
404 gets up from the wall and she turns to you like she's gonna say something. And it's like she just can't push the words out. And she just shakes her head and turns around and just heads back to her office without one more word.
Hi, Key. I'm standing up and going after her real quick.
She's like going to scoop some ice cream and like leans over to Liam and was like, "Did I say a bad thing? Was that wrong? Did I fuck up?"
I think she's just exhausted and feeling a certain way right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I will continue eating ice cream. Definitely will take another scoop of his ice cream because he's got it. It's really good. She's like,
actual prediction is when she does get good sleep, she's gonna wake up and remember like 14 different things
right.
that she forgot about in her exhaustion. So
Yeah.
just let her sleep, probably.
Right. Yeah. I get grouchy too when I'm sleepy.
404 stalks off. Mojave, you run to chase after 404.
Mm-hmm.
And
Word.
it is 11:30. So this is where we're going to have to end game today, and we will have to start next game.
I'll write down notes about what I'm going to say. Fine.
Write down your notes. We will have to start next session with you talking to a very exhausted 404.
I do want to say that I think Morningstar stays up for as long as is physically possible, talking with Liam, like just hanging out and talking.
And then the conversation will be 5 minutes, and then I'll be right back.
You know what Jay will be doing?
Yeah, working.
Working on the troll.
Liam's up all night, mostly just like hanging out by himself in the living room for the most part, most nights. So when you join him, like he watches movies, he listens to music, he works out, he like reads like fucking books on his phone and shit.
What is this
like?
What is this normal everyman?
And then every like 2 hours, he does like a sweep of the building, and then just to make sure no one's trying to get y'all while you're sleeping.
That's very sweet. But yeah, I think she just like hangs out with him. Yeah, I think she just hangs out with him, and she's like, "So this is what you're doing when you're sneaking around the house."
After I have my talk with 404, I'll be right there hanging out with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We will put your notes down. We'll do this next time. I want to thank everyone for playing. I want to thank everyone for sitting and watching. JJ, I'm sorry you got here late. I'm so sorry, JJ. With that, we're gonna go in order of fucking most... No, fuck it. Random order. But I need you to tell me your favorite flavor of ice cream before you do your thing. Personal favorite flavor of ice cream. All right. In order, I want Morningstar. Who are you and why do you exist?
Hi. Cause I gotta. Favorite ice cream, honeycomb ice cream. What do? I do TTRPGs. This is what I do right here. What you saw me do today. I do it all in other places too. Right now, currently on Table of Horrors, I am doing Shadowrun. But there's other things in the future that are coming that you will see me on, and it will be great and wonderful. And we all hope that you enjoy it when you see it. Also, I'm part of Lagniappe Gaming, where we did Blood and Jazz, a VTM game that takes place in New Orleans. Coming soon is going to be another VTM game that takes place in New Orleans, but in the 1980s, called Blood and Jazz Malveillance. I will be there storytelling. There may be some other people that you will be seeing from here that are there, and they're going to be really fucking great. And we cannot wait for you to watch that and enjoy it and consume it. and be overjoyed about it with us. I also do spicy content. If you're into that sort of thing, you can find all that in my links. I'm all over the internet as the Risa Rave. You can't miss me, you know?
can-
So find me there, follow, like, do the thing, you know, do the internet thing. And
Everyone,
that's about it.
everyone, make sure you do that. The links are broken. I don't have access to the.
Find me on the internet. Find the Risa Rave in the bio. There's a little link. It's a link tree. You can find all my shit. Don't even worry.
Don't even worry about it. I swear to God, I'm gonna put all these links in our damn about a section. I swear to all that is sweet and holy in this world. I don't have access to what does our links. That's my own fault. I need to ask for access to that. All right, so the links aren't gonna fucking work anymore. But hey, everyone's gonna give their things, and I'll have them working by next Monday. Don't worry.
Hey.
So,
I'm going to message you a reminder to get that. So it's
all right, fair enough.
and you remember.
I shouldn't have yelled. My fucking roommates are probably asleep. Oops. Next, we're gonna go for funs and giggles. Cloudy, who are you and why do you exist?
Hello, everyone. My favorite ice cream is Grasshopper, or otherwise known as mint cookies and cream.
Yum.
Hello, I am Lord Rodon. I play Cloudburst or Cloudy here on Mondays. And I may or may not also be in something coming and down the pipeline on this channel. It's tough to say when that will wind up happening because the number one problem with any D&D thing is scheduling issues. I love it. Anywho, but yes, I will occasionally hop on other friendos things, but nothing really on my own. So I don't even have anything linked down there, so no problem with me. So whatever.
Love.
And then Jason, who are you and why do you exist?
Okay, my favorite ice cream is Yes. I have friends who write books, such as our very own Daybreakathon, who has written Ward Breaker and Windswept. Check out their books. I have a friend who has written Bloodlust of the Bloodletting series. Yes. And a friend who wrote Obelisk, The Long Dream, part of the Violet Stars series. Yes.
And then to follow up that for all the fun, Mojave, who are you and why do you exist?
Hi, I'm Daybreakathon. I exist for reasons unknown to myself. I wrote the books that Nuskavian is very kindly holding up. I am working on the third one. It is coming along. Don't ask me my favorite ice cream because I don't know. I tend to get chocolate stuff because it's very good. But if I have the chance to get something else, that is also good, I will go for it.
Chocolate cookies and cream, by the way.
Yes. So many ice creams are very good. Anyway, you can find me here doing things and other places doing other things. And if you can't find me, stop looking. I also stream over on my own channel, Daybreakathon. I have been setting fire to things in Elden Ring lately. That's been fun. I also do the character art for the characters who have art, and my commissions are open if you would like me to do some art for you as well. And 404 is definitely going to shoot me in the head one of these days. Anyway, my dog says hi.
And last but never least, our resident in-game thirst trap. Anxiety, who are you and why do you exist?
My favorite ice cream is chocolate mousse tracks, which is just a shit ton of peanut butter in chocolate ice cream. I'm here Monday, Shadowrun, as Liam or Anxiety, where I try to give that second one judiciously. I will be doing other things on this channel eventually, and I'll be doing other things on Lanyap eventually.
Ooh. Hell yeah. God damn, I wish I had these lamps. So, with Scuff and all, I have been your Cosmic GM, Softanomicon. Though I am not, my favorite flavor of ice cream is vanilla. Specifically vanilla bean. Because goddamn, that shit good. I'm second in command here on Table of Horrors. I obviously am the GM here for Run the Flood. And I also have 2 games currently on hiatus, but I am working towards getting them pre-recorded and sent out to everybody, so you may enjoy them. We do have episodes that are already up on YouTube, and they are Return to Silence, which is a Monster Arts 2E game, and Blood Price, which was a VTM Sabat game. New episodes will happen at a point in the future, I promise. But what we have up, you can watch. Other than that, I have my own channel where I stream. I do artwork and video games. Again, at this point, artwork up until the point my hand hurts. Then we play video games, and I do stupid things. I'm back working on my coloring book right now, which leads into, hey, I have a Patreon. If you like coloring books, I have one called The Periodic Table of Monsters. I spent 4 hours today drawing bird wings because I hate my hand.
It's perfect, by the way.
Uh,
It's so good.
I also have my commissions open. I did the overlay you see before you and the little derpy little octopus speaking at this moment. If you need any overlays, you need any more cartoony characters, or just straight up actual demons and monsters, I also have my commissions open. I need to modify my prices, but the prices are currently up on the Twitter that are pretty accurate. I think that's everything on my part. I don't have the links, so I can't put TOH's links, but hey, we're here. Join the Discord. Be our friends. Come back for our shows. We are gonna... Hold on. I didn't do this in the order I should have. Please.
Oh God.
The Panic Find a Raid. The Panic Find a Raid.
It's all
Fuck it.
Most of this episode with like no Scuff.
That's true. We had a little bit, but yeah, no. All right, so we're gonna go raiding on Dungeon Scrawlers.
Cool.
I'm
name.
interested. Yeah. They're doing the Star Wars TTRPG.
Ooh,
Oh,
fun.
Fantasy
they're on
Flight?
there.
Which one?
Oh, I don't know. There's a quadrilateral frostfall. Oh, that looks cool. All right, we're gonna go raiding on them.
Hey.
We're gonna go over and say hi.
Hi.
As I wibble my arms. We cannot go until Eeny Miny Mo gets tagged with a toe. I'm doing Eeny Miny Mo like a dumbass.
Are you good?
Yes. Can you tell maybe it's a little late and I'm a little on a sugar high because I ate ice cream tonight?
Yeah.
Until Anxiety says the line.
The thoughts and opinions of Steve the Crab do not reflect the thoughts and opinions of Table of Horrors, its members, or its affiliates.
Yes.